This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit gocurrency.com. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
And welcome to Crete, Nebraska. We are at Memorial Stadium's Al Papik Field, and it is homecoming as Doane University hosts Dakota Wesleyan on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Brandon Axemet, Andy Klassen, and Peyton Thomas with you for this one here on News Channel Nebraska. Saturday college football. And this is what it's all about, Andy. Homecoming, beautiful weather. Doane sitting at 2-2 on this season, hoping that they can get above 500 with a win here today.
Oh, and what a beautiful atmosphere. You're already alluding to it, Brandon, but it is homecoming weekend. There's a buzz in the air. Ton of people, ton of folks and alumni back here. Tailgate was in full force just a moment ago. The smells coming from over there were phenomenal. You got the Fairbury dogs, those red hot dogs over in the concession stand. Halftime, obviously they've got a lot of fun festivities going on, honoring some past teams, national champions, conference champions. And yes, they're looking to go above 500 here. So they got a good season, that they're kind of teetering on here, and they're looking to get back on track, get one game above 500. And why not here right now?
Let's take a look at our key players. And, when you talk about Doane, a team at 2-2, their strength has been their defense.
Yes.
So we're going with the defender, Jarrett Boggs, a freshman from Fremont, Nebraska. He has 26 tackles, so he's leading the team, 3 tackles for a loss, and again, he's played one less game than his teammates, so he is a vital part of this Tiger unit at that linebacker spot.
Yeah, and he's really picked up on the defense, only being a freshman, but one of the team leaders in tackles. He's so quick. He comes off the edge. They use him in coverage. They use him in blitz packages. He can do a little bit of everything from that outside linebacker position for the Tigers.
And he's going to be trying to slow down Dakota Wesleyan's player that we're going to keep an eye on. That's Jamin Arend of Emory, South Dakota, the redshirt sophomore. Leading rusher on the team. He has 6 touchdowns, and he's averaging over 100 yards per game.
Yeah, that's going to be key for Doane, is really limiting what Arend can do. They use the run to set up the pass. Does Dakota Wesleyan. If they can kind of contain number 2 there, they're going to have a good shot at pulling off a victory here this afternoon on homecoming.
We're ready for a good one. Tigers versus Tigers here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll be back. Peyton Thomas will be talking to head coach Chris Bessler when we return.
You're watching Doane Tigers football on News Channel Nebraska. The pregame show is brought to you by Ken's U-Save Pharmacy in Crete.
Welcome back to our pregame show here on News Channel Nebraska. Peyton Thomas alongside Coach Bessler from Doane. Coach, a loss for your group last week. What did you learn and take away from that?
Well, we got off to a slow start up there, so that's one thing to take away. We need to come out fast today. Turnovers obviously played a role as well, so we need to win the turnover battle.
Homecoming week for you guys, back at home in front of your own fans. What's it going to mean to get a victory here today?
Yeah, a lot of fans a lot of alumni on campus today. So it's a big day, 150-year celebration as well. So, we just need, as a football team, we go out and concentrate on the game, go out and execute our game, and celebrate at the end.
Up against a winless Dakota Wesleyan side today, what do you expect from them out there?
Yeah, that can be deceiving. So we're expecting a battle. They're a good football team. They do some good things. They're going to be very aggressive in their defense and their block units. So we need to go out and execute, and we need to be just as aggressive.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Stick with us here on News Channel Nebraska. Kickoff between Dakota Wesleyan and Doane coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, thank you, Peyton, and Coach Chris Bessler ready to go here. And Andy, you look at the opportunity. Doane 2-2, Dakota Wesleyan winless. Great chance for the home team.
Really is table set here, especially with all the festivities on hand here, and the alumni and the fan. Is a packed house here at Al Papik Field this afternoon. But Coach Bessler really, reeled it in there, saying, that's a little deceiving that They haven't picked up a conference win yet, has Dakota Wesleyan. It's going to be a hard-fought game. Wesleyan actually pulled a victory off last year at the slimmest of margins. I believe it was 17-13. Doane's heads there that this isn't going to be a cakewalk just because the team they're matched up against here is struggling.
So let's take a look at our school spotlight, which is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. And Doane University, founded in 1872. If you can do the math, this is year 150 for Doane, and they've been celebrating it all year long. Al Papik Field, famous football coach, and you may or may not know, he led the Tigers to a 38-game winning streak back in the 60s. And there was national acclaim about what the Doane Tigers were doing back in the day. They are located in Crete, population just over 7,000.
Yeah, Coach Papik, you know, whenever you get a field or a facility named after you on campus, that usually means you did some pretty good things back in your time.
Well, now let's take a look at our starting lineups here as we are about 4 minutes away from kick. Starting lineups brought to you by Certified Piedmontese Beef, and you have Carson Reimers getting his second start here at the quarterback spot. Wynn is the leading rusher for Doane, and we know Wasserman is sort of that weapon that can run or catch out of the backfield.
Yeah, and it's fitting that Piedmontese Beef is the sponsor because it's going to come down to the beef up front. Neil, Garcia, I'm going to be watching those guys. They love to run off that left tackle.
And on the flip side, there's a lot of big boys in the trenches for Doane as well, led by Ty Barbizon, also Owen Kuntz there. We highlighted Boggs, who's a key part in that linebacking core as well.
And if those three down linemen, Bean, Barbizon, and Kuntz, can do their job, that's going to free up Doolittle and Boggs to do theirs at that second level from that linebacker spot.
Now, Dakota Wesleyan. Let's take a look at what they have for the table. The Dakota Wesleyan Tigers sitting at 0-6. They can rotate quarterbacks. Connor Drake's expected to get the start. We talked about Aaron, who's that leading rusher, over 600 yards on the season, but there are some talented receivers as well.
Right, and they're going to have to sprinkle in the passes. A very aggressive defense from Doane. They love to blitz, so they're going to have to try and catch them and keep them off balance with that passing game, not just rely on Jamin Arn in the running backs.
On the defensive unit, it's Leighton Idy. He is the leader with 42 total tackles, and you also have Brendan Kennedy. Keep an eye on those two at the linebacker spot. They're going to be making a lot of plays on that unit that has a three-man front.
Yeah, so another 3-4 type of defense, so that puts a lot of pressure on the linebackers. They got to get in their run fits. They got to drop back in coverage, and of course they're utilized just about every other play in some type of a pressure or a blitz package.
Less than 2.5 to kick here at Al Papik Field. Stay with us. It's Doane versus Dakota Wesleyan, homecoming here on News Channel Nebraska.
Claybaugh Pharmacy provides you with all the pharmacy options a person would need. As a full-service pharmacy, we give you all the traditional options, but also have the modern technology to maintain your profiles. Maybe you're busy. Head to claybaughpharmacy.com. Click on Online Refills to get your prescriptions filled from the convenience of your home. Claybaugh Pharmacy and Gift Shop, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Is it time for something different? Then come out to Crete Ace Hardware, where you can view our selection of Magnum e-bikes with several different models to choose from. Your ride will be a breeze. Or maybe an IMAX scooter is more your style? And you can spice up your cookout with our large inventory of grills and smokers. From classic brands like Traeger and Weber to harder to find brands like Green Egg. Let our outstanding customer service find the right fit for you. Try something different at Crete Ace Hardware, located at 1025 Main Avenue, Crete, Nebraska.
Well, it's time for kick. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, and Peyton Thomas with you. The Dakota Wesleyan Tigers will be receiving here. So we will see this Doane Tiger defense here first.
Kellen Meyer, the kicker. He was turning heads in pregame, booting 55-yard plus field goals, and we know he has a leg that can do that.
Glad that you're with us here on News Channel Nebraska. We are officially underway, and no surprise as Meyer kicks that one through the end zone.
Had a slight wind to his back. We have a south to north wind left to right of your screen there, so might have helped out a little bit, but I think just the leg strength pretty much did the heavy lifting there.
We may have had a flag there.
Ah.
All right, so.
Doane.
All
That's
right,
something that the officials wanted to start cracking down on a couple of years ago, not allowing those guys to get that half-step head start before the kicker made contact with the ball. Doane getting a little aggressive here. Start things off.
Can't blame them. They're rearing to go.
They
want to
are.
play some football. So that does make this drive begin at the 30. Aaron motions to the other side of Drake. They have Nelson motioning to the backfield, who gets the handoff. And Nelson is stuck and hit for a big loss right off the bat. Doane's defense making a statement.
So a lot of window dressing there. Brandy had multiple movements at the line of scrimmage, but the defense staying in their run fits, staying in their gaps, not getting sidetracked by any of that stuff pre-snap whatsoever. Tackle for loss for this Tiger defense to start things off.
And that was Ryan Michael coming up from the defensive back safety position. Gotta love that when you have a 200-pound safety who can come up and run coverage, as you have this swing out now to Arend. You get some of those yards back.
I like that play call early on here from head coach Ross Simple for Dakota Wesleyan, getting your running back engaged through the passing game. And a short pass like that gives your quarterback, Connor Drake, a little confidence moving forward as well.
So Arend had about a 7-yard pickup, makes this 3rd and 7. Wesleyan into the gun. There's plenty of time. Arend nowhere to go, and again the Doane Tigers swarming, and that will be a 3 and out.
That was Cade Wiseman with the tight coverage. We've been talking about him for a couple of weeks now, making plays out there. And Doane threw a little bit of a different look here. 4-man front, 4 down linemen, and they just used those 4 linemen to apply the pressure. No blitz from the linebackers or any kind of a safety or corner. They just went right back into coverage and allowed those 4 down linemen to get to work.
Well, this first quarter is brought to you by John Henry's. Our family serving yours. John Henry's our first quarter sponsor here of Doane football, as it's a 3 and out for Dakota Wesleyan. And now we'll see Doane's first offensive series of the game. It'll start at about the 40.
Thanks to Cade Wiseman rallying up, calling for fair catch. He had multiple defenders in his face, but he secured the catch, and it's going to give him great field position, as you mentioned. Punter kicking just into a slight wind there. Might have held it up.
Again, we mentioned Carson Reimers getting his 2nd start here today. He's completed 48% of his passes so far this season for 87 yards. Empty backfield. And he's just going to tuck it and run. Reimers doing it with his legs. First down for Doane.
And making Edie miss. That was the key there. And what a job up front by the offensive line. As Wesleyan went to a 4-man front, they were able to clear out the middle of the field. And as soon as that happened, Reimers didn't even think twice. He just tucked it and ran.
Now to the air, and there's a quick hitter. Completion to Jeremiah Payne.
Oh, and Doane University fans love seeing that number 13, Jeremiah Payne, getting involved early, especially in the passing game.
So Doane in Dakota Wesleyan territory, ball in the 38. Payne motioning in the backfield, and Reimers will keep it. Short pickup, and there is also a flag.
Reimers on the carry. Penalty mark.
Doane in the middle of the field. That usually signals for a hold, and that's the motion we're getting. Today's officials: Tom Koss, Zach Griffin, Matt Keenau, Mark Harmon, John Benson, Rodney Brigette, and Cole Dotzel is our back judge, and I believe that was the gentleman that threw the flag on that last play.
So holding, and I believe the call was against Austin Metvier. That moves Doane back.
We've had Tom Koss and his crew a couple times now, and they're a great crew.
They've already been called on a couple times here early in this one. Reimers will keep this one as well. Tackled, drug down. That was Cale Stevenson making the play for Dakota Wesleyan.
Stevens did a pretty good job not getting his hands too high up around the shoulder pads there to warn a horse collar. Got him down around the waist back of the jersey there.
So 2nd and 18. Here Doane's opening drive of the game. A bunch formation to the top. And now Wynn motions out of the backfield. Swing pass to Lambert, and he is eaten up. Nowhere to go. Hunter Cordell making the tackle.
Oh man, he was sitting on that little bubble screen, and as soon as he saw that quick toss, shot right up. And I think what kind of got him there in a hurry is he was reading his keys, and we saw the underneath receiver come out to set a block. He hurried up and got out in front of it.
So 3rd and long here for Doane. Handoff goes to Wynn, and Wynn has nowhere to go. This Dakota Wesleyan defense, they came here to play. Ethan Engine making the tackle.
You know, Doane's offense had a couple things going there. Picked up a couple first downs, then that holding call, threw it all off track. Got behind the sticks, got out of rhythm, got out of pace. And give credit to Wesleyan for jumping on that opportunity and making the stop.
Now that is a rocket of a punt. My goodness. That went through the back of the end zone. That was Kellen Meyer doing the punting duties. Well, coverage of tonight's, or rather this afternoon's game, is brought to you in part thanks to Crete Area Medical Center. They have clinics in Wilbur and Friend, Crete Area Medical Center. So offense is feeling out the opposing defense. Right now, the defense is coming out on top.
Yeah, and so far, you know, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame, the penalties. Coach Bessler said we got to stay away from those. That's definitely what sidetracked their initial offensive drive.
Short pickup for Arend there. That was Kuntz with the tackle. People from around here know him, a Crete native.
Yes.
Big guy on that line.
He is a big fella up front.
Play action. Now Drakes tucks it, gets to the outside, and is ushered out of bounds. Does set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Drake making the most of that because he had really nice bracketed coverage over top. Nobody was coming free, but with that bracketed coverage, that gives you an opportunity to maybe find a running lane in the scramble, and that's what he did, bringing up this 3rd and short.
Again, a lot of pre-snap motion. And there's a tackle made in open field. That's Wido, Andrew Wido making the tackle.
Yeah, open field tackle for Wido rallying up there. And I'll tell you what, had he not made that, that probably would have made it for that first down. And when you play a high-pressure style defense as Doane, you're relying on guys to make those open field tackles, make those open field stops.
And apologies, Marcus Randazzo making the tackle. There's 2 33s. That's Randazzo, though. Well done by Marcus as forces another punting situation.
By number 41.
So now the Tigers, they'll get their second crack at things.
The Tigers will have the ball for 47 yards.
And once again, really nice field position here.
Now, this is a series. The Doane leads 24-13. You know, when you look at historically when these two teams collide. But you mentioned it and alluded to it. Dakota Wesleyan coming out on top the last time they met. In fact, that's been the case the past two meetings where Dakota Wesleyan has come out on top by a combined 7 points. So Dakota Wesleyan's won the last two, but also it says when these two teams get together, it's usually a close affair.
Battle it out, grind it out type of an affair. And you can bet Doane remembers that game last year because they had a couple of those games, remember, where, man, just a play here, a play there, one possession losses, and that definitely left a bad taste in the mouth, and they're trying to get that back this year.
Now, shuttle pass for Jeremiah Payne. He's in some trouble. And it ends up being a loss of at least 6.
Number 95.
Yeah, it's a slow developing play, and he tried to, reverse it back, but there was good contain back there. And then he just started running backwards, and you see the contain on the outside. But that allowed plenty of time for the backside to rally up and help make the stop.
Third down, Tigers need 10. Dakota Wesleyan bringing pressure right up the middle.
Oh.
And they didn't say the receiver was down until he got to about the 45.
Pretty impressive they're able to keep his feet.
That was Gutierrez who made the catch. But so now it looks like Coach Bessler may be opting to go for it here.
Once again, showing a lot of confidence in his defense.
And now the punt team is coming in late. They were having discussions on the sidelines.
It is early. It's early. You got to tell Meyer here, take a little bit off of it, though. You got the wind to your back. Let's try and pin him inside the 10.
Almost. That's about what you want to try to do. But it will be another touchback.
I believe that was Wiggins the third trying to get down there and bat it back and say, okay, Meyer, you're getting a little closer. Take a little more off of it next time.
All right, still scoreless here in the first. 0-0 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15 and Phillip at your nearest A-stop today. Brandon Axemet, Andy Class, and Peyton Thomas with you for Doane Tiger football here on News Channel Nebraska. First down, handoff here by Dakota Wesleyan, and it's a good chunk of yards picked up. And that was Garrett Mandolfo.
Mandolfo did a phenomenal job just riding his offensive lineman. They opened up a heck of a gap for him, a nice little alley to the left side, and he just rode those big fellas to the left, student body left, and nice pickup on first down.
Second and 2. Here off that nice 8-yard pickup by Mandolfo, trips to the top of your screen.
Empty backfield.
Again, plenty of time. That one zips towards the target. Drake just unable to connect.
Yeah. The window flashed open there. Drake tried to get it, just sailed a little wide right on him. And for the most part, that was a pretty clean pocket. He had time to work with there. I don't know if he kind of rushed himself, but a little off the mark.
So it's third down, 2 to go. Again, you're seeing a lot of sort of smoke and mirrors offensively by Dakota Wesleyan and what they do pre-snap, and good second effort by Aarons. This will be close.
I think that second effort's going to get him there. Yep, line judge motioning first down. He broke the plane. But, I mean, he was stood up kind of by his own guy. Little friendly fire out there for Dakota Wesleyan.
Adams made the tackle first.
Yeah, I bet in the huddle, Jim and Aaron saying, what the heck, man?
Well, you're seeing all this movement for pre-snap, for Dakota Wesleyan. As a defender, someone who's played defense yourself, what does that do, and what are they trying to sort out on the offensive side by all this movement?
They're trying to cause some miscommunications between the linebackers and D linemen assignments, and if they can take one guy with them and open up a one-on-one or win a numbers game by shifting a guy across the field. And this is where Doane has to be extremely disciplined on the defensive end. They're aggressive. We talk about that week in and week out when we get to do these games on Saturdays. And for the most part, they're on point, but we've seen it where it's a numbers game and you get a one-on-one matchup, or you kind of hang a guy out to dry and the offense can take advantage. That's what Dakota Wesleyan's looking for here.
Well, Doane brings pressure up the middle. It's picked up by Dakota Wesleyan. Wide open receiver. That is a great catch. Preston and Nedved hauling it in.
And that was a creative play right there. You talk about the motion. Look at Nelson going across the field, and what's he's doing? He's trying to take some coverage with him. That's exactly what he did. That opened up a lane or a spot for Drake to get the ball to without underneath coverage, because the top side of your screen, that receiver circled back, taking his linebacker with him.
Rolling out, there's Aarons with the catch. He's brought down by Reese Zudevern of Dunning, Nebraska. Reminder.
Zudevern doing a good job staying with him there, but it was still a decent enough gain on first down. You're starting to feel a little momentum, a little rhythm to this Dakota Wesleyan offense.
Coverage this afternoon is brought to you in part thanks to Citibank and Trust. Locations in Crete and Lincoln. Citibank and Trust, member FDIC. Nearing the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 1 in Crete, Nebraska. Homecoming for the Doane Tigers. This handoff goes to Nelson, and he is stood up.
We saw that same exact play, just motioning and running it to the other side. Defended well the time before, defended extremely well once again.
You have a Doane Tiger down on the field here.
I think it's one of those big fellas up front.
So we'll take a quick break. 2:43 remaining. You're watching Doane Tiger football on News Channel Nebraska.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
So the player down was Ty Barbizon, and it was good to see right as we were going to break, he hopped up. That is something that the Doane Tigers are hoping.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a zinger, and he's able to get back on the field. He's a vital part of this defense. Well, on 3rd and long, pass is complete. Jackson Hilton, and he's still going. High step in the sidelines, but will this be coming back is the question.
Made the first guy miss, and looked at the reaction from Connor Drake. He didn't seem too enthused. Might be offsetting here.
So it's against Doane, offside, meaning this play will stand. A huge pickup, the biggest play of the game thus far.
Well, when the flag went off right as the snap, that's what that call kind of had to be, or what you thought it was. I thought they might have had a hold on the interior there too for offsetting. Big break, big play there for Dakota Wesleyan.
So the Blue Tigers, we'll call them, since both teams are the Tigers, they are threatening here, nearing the 10-yard line.
I like Blue Bengals. I just feel like that has a ring to it.
The alliteration, I do like that, yes. Oh, and nearly intercepted. That was great coverage by Cooper Bates to knock that one down. Well worth another look.
Safety over the top, cut underneath of this one. Beautifully jumped the pass, and he got both hands on it. Oh, he wanted that one.
2nd and 10 here for Dakota Wesleyan.
What a push.
Right up the middle, and Dakota Wesleyan strikes first. And that is Aaron's 7th touchdown of the season.
Montgomery, Picka, Suckett, all those guys up front there. What a push on the offensive line. Really moved that line of scrimmage back, and I'll tell you what, Dakota Wesleyan did a heck of a job. That efficient drive, sprinkling in the run, utilizing the pass, really keeping that defense off kilter, kind of guessing at times.
Kick is good. So the away team is on the board first. 7-0 Dakota Wesleyan here late in the first. You're watching Doane Tiger football on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back here to Crete, Nebraska. Doane with an opportunity to answer Dakota Wesleyan. Had an impressive drive capped off by that jam-in errand, 11-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and they got the big pass play that kind of sprung that one open, got him into the red zone, gave that offense a lot of confidence. And we talked about Aaron in the pregame for a reason. He's their workhorse. And when they get into the red zone like you just saw there, they really like to lean on their playmakers such as Jermaine Aaron and his running abilities.
So Doane will have a chance to return. Jeremiah Payne gets it across the 30.
Pretty good return. Once again, decent field position. Starting point here for this Tiger offense of Doane University. And we've seen some good things. You mentioned Reimers. This is one of his first couple of starts. I think I like when they get him in that RPO, that run-pass option. Seems to be pretty decisive. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. Maybe dial up some more of those style of plays.
Swing pass and nothing doing there on the completion to Cooper Chandler.
Yeah, and we've seen maybe that bubble screen, the horizontal passes one too many times. It almost feels like Dakota Wesleyan is sitting there waiting on that. Might try and get a little vertical next time you dial up a pass. Threaten those safeties. Make them defend that pass, the vertical passing game.
Reimers will keep it. He looked like he was going to run, then attempted a pass, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, you even had defenders biting on the initial fake up the gut. Like the play design, just couldn't quite complete the short yardage pass to the sideline.
Third and long facing Doane. Here comes pressure from the outside. Reimers tucks it in, picks up a couple. Not near enough for the first down, and this Dakota Wesleyan defense continues to cause the Tigers issues.
Well, they're really stacking the box. Brandon, they're bringing an extra guy down. And there's just not a lot of windows in that short passing game for Carson Reimers to try and look up. Now, you do have one-on-ones on the outside and down the field, and you're going to have to somehow figure out a way to get that vertical passing game involved. Another booming punt from Kellen Meyer, flipping the field. What a weapon on special teams.
Well, 8 seconds here remaining in this first quarter. This coverage is presented by Liberty First Credit Union. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. See, not an entirely calm afternoon, and you've mentioned before, Andy, Kellen Meyer being able to boot those punts, wind aided here.
Yeah, and the wind's kind of picked up since kickoff. You saw the flags kind of standing at an end. They weren't doing that initially. Now the wind's kind of picked up, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a factor in the second half if it keeps up.
Completion here to Nelson.
That also kind of lends itself to what an impressive drive Dakota Wesleyan put together as they were driving into the wind, and hey, they allowed Drake to kind of air it out a little bit there. They were using the pass alongside with the run.
First quarter in the books. We'll be back with the second here on News Channel Nebraska.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
Welcome back here to Al Papik Field. Brandon Axman, Andy Klass, and Peyton Thomas with you here for Doane Tiger football. Saturday afternoon on News Channel Nebraska. Dakota Wesleyan currently leads 7-0. The lone score, a Jamin Arend 11-yard touchdown run with 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. Dakota Wesleyan has the ball back, a chance to add to that lead.
Yeah, it was just the one drive is the difference here. If you remember, there was a big penalty at about the 40-yard line that allowed that pass play to stand.
Plenty of time here for Drake. And that's going to be incomplete. Brings up third down.
Cade Wiseman hopping up, helping the officials there with the incomplete pass call. That's all right when those defensive backs are excited after making a play.
So big third down. Connor Drake in that first quarter was 7 for 9 for 65 yards. He's now 7 for 10.
Impressive.
But he's completing him. High percentage of passes. And there is nothing doing there for Arend.
That's the stop this Doane defense was looking for. You had a 3rd and 3. They wanted to make a statement and run it right up the gut at you, much like that touchdown run that we saw from Aaron. Nothing doing this time.
It was Kuhnson on the tackle with a couple of his buddies. You do see number 99, Big Ty Barbizon, is back in there, which is a good thing for Doane. They forced the punt. That is a deep punt. Look out, chance for a big return here. Up the sidelines and near midfield is Doane. And that is a great return. Cade Wiseman.
Once again, but you saw how that punt was affected with the wind. It just kept sailing on him, He looked like a center fielder trying to track it down. Eventually did off the bounce. Then he went back, returned right, stuck with it. You saw some blockers still up there on their blocks. That allowed for him to get to the sideline. Pretty nice return, especially after kind of misreading it with that wind pushing it over his shoulder.
Very nice return by the Sutton native. Then a completion here to Jeremiah Payne. The issue in that first quarter, Andy, Dakota Wesleyan outgaining Doane 92-22. So
yeah,
Tigers just need to figure out how to get this ball moving a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't see too many sustained drives for this Tiger offense. It almost, it puts your defense in a bad way there when they're out there for an additional 2-3 minutes. As you saw that time of possession, 8:18 for Wesleyan compared to 6:42. So not a big difference. But those seconds, those minutes, they add up throughout the course of a game.
There's a completion for short pickup. That's Adam Wasserman of Fairbury making the play.
Wasserman's just an all-around athletic dude, isn't he? Plays H-back, tight end. He was their starting quarterback for a couple of seasons.
Done it all.
And he talked to the coaching staff during the offseason saying, look, I think I could help this offense, this team more if you utilize me more in a receiver or an H-back type of role. And, kind of gave up the keys to the offense as far as being the quarterback. Just speaks to how unselfish a young man really is.
Well, they go back to Wasserman there, and this time it didn't have Dakota Wesleyan fooled. That's Jacob Zamora making the play. All over him.
I mean, even if he was going to make that first guy miss, he still had a bevy of defenders rallying to the outside there. Once again, you're seeing these short completions, the dink and dunks. But the defense for Dakota Wesleyan is doing a phenomenal job of just keeping it all up in front of them.
And that's a big mistake potentially.
Doane got it.
Doane says they have it. Officials are conferencing.
Oh.
And it's Doane Tiger football. Let's take another look. A big mistake by Dakota Wesleyan, and the Tigers of Doane capitalize.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh. That's about as close as it gets from going out of bounds.
Was that Dante Wiggins the third once again on the coverage?
And then it was him on the coverage, then the recovery there by Randazzo. And the Tigers are in business.
Well, we saw, Cade Wiseman pick one up off the turf on the last punt. It just kind of felt like Dakota Wesleyan's return man was looking to answer that with a scoop and return of his own. But the football bounces in such different ways. It's such an odd-shaped ball. And I think he might have took his eyes off it at that split second there. That opened the door for the Tiger defense coverage team to jump on it, and that they did. So defense, special teams holding up their end of the bargain. Here we go, Osho. You have your opportunity, short field. Can they make something happen with it?
So we do have new quarterback in. That's Michael Pulliam, who is from Wilbur, and he was the starting quarterback to begin this season. And so he's going to get a series here.
I like this move. This offense is kind of searching for a spark right now. Let's get the veteran in there. Guy has a couple of starts. He's been in this position before. Third and long, he's going to get his opportunity quick here.
And Pulliam to the air. And there was some collision and contact, and flag comes in.
I think Payne's going to get the call he's looking for there. You see JP, number 13, calling for it, and I think they're going to get it. Take a look at it here, right side of your screen. I mean, you saw multiple receivers get knocked to the turf. That usually warrants a PI, pass interference. Oh!
So they pick up the flag, and Doane was already up there assuming they were going to get the PI, and now they're going to have to march back.
Well, I believe the officiating crew got together, and more guys back there said, look, I think the offensive guys ran into each other. That's not the defense's fault. You had a kind of a route there where two guys were in the same space and got tangled up. So what do you do?
Well, here we go. We've seen this before. 50-yard field goal attempt coming your way.
The wind is dead right now. He's got his opportunity.
Kellen Meyer from 50. Looks like it has the leg. And it's just wide.
Oh, just left, wasn't it?
Yep. Just pulled it a little bit. So the Tigers still searching for points here. Still early on in the second, Dakota Wesleyan leading 7-0. Coverage of the game today is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details.
And that just had to be a miscommunication between the two receivers running into each other down the field. I mean, even if it's a crossing route, one guy's got to be a good yard shorter than the other guy so they don't run into each other like that.
Play action. And then a completion. Keel Nelson, he's still going. Nelson brought down finally at the 20, but another big play by Dakota Wesleyan.
Yeah, and tip your cap to Drake here, really selling that underneath route with a little hitch there. It looked like Big Ben Roethlisberger, how you'd use that pump fake so hard with the head fake as well. But he was always looking at that slant route. He was looking for his guy, Keel Nelson, the whole way. Hit him right in stride.
And another, looks like Tiger is down on the field. And we believe that that's Wiseman.
Oh, and he's been an impact player. Special teams, saw a couple open field tackles, a pass breakup or two already.
So the training staff is checking him out. No, we won't take a break. He's up. That's good to see. So Wiseman being helped off here by the training staff. Well, we are 10 minutes into this, or 10 minutes remaining rather in this second quarter. Second quarter is brought to you by Husker Rehab, which is treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Husker Rehab, second quarter sponsor here this afternoon.
They also do multiple treatments, recovery type stuff, and after the physical game that we've seen thus far, there might be a couple guys from both teams looking up Husker Rehab afterwards.
Well, to that point, we'll keep an eye on Wiseman. You mentioned already that very big punt return. He's been making plays on defense. Doane rather is hoping they can get him back on the field as there's a decent run by Aaron and a late flag. Came from the far side of the field, the flag.
I mean, we knew Aaron could lower the pad level and kind of bull rush a guy, and we saw that on his touchdown, 11-yard touchdown run where it was just straight forward. There we saw a little bit of the wiggle to his game. Kind of a jump cut, made a guy miss. And once again, the officiating crew gets together and picks up the flag. I'm okay with that. You know?
You have to appreciate the effort to making sure that they're getting it right.
Right. One guy seeing something that didn't look right, so he throws the flag, and in the back of his mind, he's thinking we can pick it up. They conference, they talk it over. Seen that a couple of times now. That's just good officiating.
Aaron gets another handoff, and he's going up the middle again. Legs still churning. He stood up just shy of the end zone.
And Cooper Bates and company, caught up to him. But, man, once again, a little wiggle here, right in the hole, getting around. And you see the power. Legs, like you said, just keep churning towards that end zone.
Well, Dakota Wesleyan knocking at the door here. Looking to double their lead potentially.
At the 1.
Aaron the lone back. And Drake is going to keep this one, and he's held short. It looked for sure like he was going to make it in, but Doane's defense recovered.
My goodness, that was a heck of a job there by I believe that was the defensive end coming off, had contain. And the foot speed, number 7, Doolittle, Caden Doolittle, the outside linebacker. I mean, he was trying to apply pressure and keep contain. What a tackle, what a play.
And Drake is now down. So we'll take a break, but training staff is giving him a look. So under 10 to play here in Crete. We'll be back.
From small businesses to families, farmers, and more, we're here to serve our fellow friends and neighbors.
Your community is our community. Your goals are our goals.
We've increased our footprint and expanded our service and dedication to you, our valued customers.
Things may look a little different now, but our values and commitment remain the same.
Without you, we wouldn't be here 3 decades later.
Welcome back. So quarterback Connor Drake was the man down. He's walking off the field.
That's one of the negative things when you have a running quarterback style. You're putting your quarterback in harm's way. And look at here, we got Aaron running the Wildcat. Why not?
And look out. Ball is on the turf, and Aaron hops on it, but you see what can happen.
He was not ready for that snap, and you're exactly right, Brandon. You see what happens right away when you bring in your backup quarterback or your running back to run the Wildcat.
And so this is not something that's making the Doane fans happy. Apparently, Dakota Wesleyan called timeout prior to the snap.
Oh.
Meaning
Disaster.
that play didn't happen, meaning that loss is negated.
Disaster averted there. Coaching staff knew they didn't like something, got that timeout in from the sideline.
Well, it gives Doane a chance. Okay, well, we saw the Wildcat. Think they'll do it again, or are they going to try something different? And obviously, flip side, Dakota Wesleyan has more time to figure out which play they want to run.
You still have to sit your quarterback out for a play. So Drake can't come in, so they're going to have to go to a secondary option, whether that be Aaron or not. We'll see.
Looks like it is going to be Aaron still.
He better keep his eyes on the ball here.
And he gets the snap this time. No whistle. They mark him short. Doane defense making another play.
Yeah, what a stand at the goal line as well, where coming off the direct snap and that pistol, the Wildcat look here, Aaron kind of gets to pick and choose his spot, and it looked like he was going to have enough daylight to get in there. That was not the case, but what a difference. The ball inside the 1 yard line compared to back around the 19 after the bad snap.
So third down, goal to go from the 1. And this is on the floor. Aaron, he's hit and stood up again. The fans here on their feet.
I can't believe he fielded that so cleanly and still was able to threaten and try and bulldoze his way in.
Here's another look.
See big Anthony Adams there, number 55, getting in the mix, trying to rip the ball out. A little surprised here. Wesleyan's settling for a field goal attempt.
Jackson Patrick puts it through. 18 yards. Makes it 10-0. Here, Dakota Wesleyan on top, midway through the second on News Channel Nebraska.
As the world keeps changing, so is the way to purchase a new car. Across the nation, there are lengthy delays with new vehicle requests and many being built to order. At Zollner Ford of Beatrice, we're making it easy. With our new Save a Spot program, you can be one of the first in line. We've got a seamless pre-order process that guarantees your reservation is secure and in the queue, and our sales professionals will keep you updated every step of the way on the status of your vehicle. Come reserve yours today. Zollner Ford of Beatrice.
And welcome back. So 10-0 Dakota Wesleyan. But Andy, you know, from a Doane perspective, how crucial could that goal line stand turn out to be when you go from potentially giving up 7 to just 3?
Well, it's huge, and it also shows you the grit, the toughness of this defense, especially after a little bit of an emotional letdown where they thought they made a big play off the Aaron snap, but they're still able to put that, behind them and focus on the task at hand. That was completing that goal line stand for a couple of plays, and I'll tell you what, Aaron looked like he had a full head of steam on a couple of occasions heading towards the goal line. Give a lot of credit to those down linemen and linebackers filling the gaps.
Well, coverage today is brought to you in part thanks to Fisher's Beer, Wine, and Spirits in Crete, Nebraska. Fisher's Beer, Wine, and Spirits, it's all you need to know. So we still have Pulliam getting his second consecutive series at quarterback for Doane. Hands this one off. That's Wasserman. We saw, they're trying to get Wasserman apparently more involved. A couple passes to him last series, now the first carry. And we mentioned he's a weapon, not a bad guy to get the ball in his hands.
Really is. And not a bad gain there on first down. It keeps you on schedule. Tough runner when they line him up at tailback.
That's Dante Wiggins on the carry. And talking about good athletes, he's one of the rare guys who plays both sides of the ball. Starts on defense as a defensive back, and they'll get him some touches as well.
Just amazing. We've already talked to him a time or two as a Tiger top performer in the post game, making plays on both sides of the ball, as you mentioned. You don't see that too often at this level.
And Wiggins is the lone back. Pressure right up the middle. Pulliam hit as he throws. And it's going to be a 3-and-out for Doane.
Yeah, just not a lot of time for Pulliam to make anything happen here. And he even tried to work left a little bit. Rush was still able to hurry him up.
So Meyer again being called upon here to punt this one away, and Dakota Wesleyan brought the house, nearly got to it. And a late flag comes in.
Interesting to see what this is going to be.
I didn't quite see it. Was there contact with Meyer?
And if it's only contact and not roughing, it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that still will not be enough for a first down. But Doane still might want to re-kick this.
You
maybe
see
get a
another
little more
conference.
yardage. Yeah. A lot of these officials had high school games last year, so they're pretty sharp, especially doing multiple games per week. Personal foul called on Dakota Wesleyan. That's a huge mistake because that's going to keep the offense out on the field. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Trying to see if it was here. Was it because he tried to hurdle the shield?
Yep. And that's all about player safety. I mean, look how he fell there. That could have been a big-time neck injury had he fallen on the crown of his helmet there. And that's what a lot of these rules, these new penalties are all about, is protecting the player.
So a huge break for Doane. Will they be able to capitalize? Pulliam to the air and off the hands of Payne.
And Payne wants that one back because that was put in a pretty nice little window, a tight fit window. Pulliam had to throw that underneath the safety, but over top of the corner. It would have been a tough play, but it was there.
Nearing the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter coverage. Today is presented by Currency. Pulliam this time a quick out route. It's complete. Nice quick pass and catch. And that was Colby Frazier making the reception.
And it had to be quick because Dakota Wesleyan brought the other side linebacker down, an additional rusher, so he had pressure coming from the right side, quarterback's left, through to the right. Nice little completion there on second down, getting them here in a third manageable.
Well, stay tuned for our halftime show, which is brought to you by the helpful folks at Crete Ace Hardware. Our halftime show is coming up next, a big third down, as that is incomplete. Now, part of that halftime show, Andy, is the halftime highlights, also brought to you thanks to the helpful folks at Crete. That in just about 5 minutes' time. Here's another look.
See Lambert, number 16 here, flash wide open. Pass was just a little behind him. Once again, it was there. The opportunities are there for this Tiger offense. Doane just needs to start completing these plays, capitalizing on what's in front of him.
And this punt will bounce. Bounces very nicely for Doane and goes inside the 10.
And that's where you really would like to see a return man come up and at least make the fair catch. Dakota Wesleyan giving up some yardage there through special teams.
So first down and 10 here for Dakota Wesleyan. And if you'll remember, we saw Connor Drake go down. James Aaron took some Wildcat snaps when they tried to punch it in. But now, Austin Lee, redshirt freshman from San Antonio, Texas, is taking snaps here for Dakota Wesleyan. He hands this one off.
Here's Dakota Wesleyan's trying to play with a little pace here. Any little thing to help out the new trigger man and Lee, quarterback, after we saw Drake go down with an injury at the goal line.
And you will say that, Dakota Wesleyan probably isn't in as bad of shape as maybe other teams in this situation would be, and they've rotated pretty evenly between Lee and Drake throughout this season. Lee has passed for 576 yards and a couple of touchdowns, so he is very capable as he completes one there. It's Cole Holden on the reception.
And once again, I like that play call. The little short pass, a little flare out there to the running back. Give your quarterback a short pass that he can work with and maybe build his confidence here.
You see there's training staff still looking at Drake.
I think his ankle might have got twisted up a little bit there. He had multiple defenders dragging him to the ground as he was making that final push for the end zone that he was just short of.
So timeout here on the field, 3:35 to go. And Andy, it's still sort of the common thread. Peyton Thomas is going to be talking to Chris Bessler at half, getting some insight. We'll hear what Coach Bessler sort of feels, but obviously they're going to be talking about how to generate some offense.
They really needed that's going to be the talk during halftime for the most part. Defense has been out there for far too long and been put in some really tough spots. For the most part, has been able to hold up. That goal line stand really comes to mind. That stands out. Offense had an opportunity with the short field after a takeaway through special teams. Field goal sales just a little left, so Doane's been close, but no cigar here in the first half.
Pivotal third down. Dakota Wesleyan needing 4. Now there was movement, and it's the whole who moved first, or if you moved, I moved because of you, and then who's the foul actually on?
It's all going to be if the defender was still in the neutral zone when the offensive lineman jumped. Was Reyes still in the linebacker, blitzing linebacker? And officials are going to say, yes, he was. So heads up play there. I believe that was the right tackle for Dakota Wesleyan, jumping up, getting out of his stance. That might have been Montgomery.
So the hard count gets Doane, and it's a fresh set of downs for Dakota Wesleyan.
And you're told to do that as an offensive lineman, but you're kind of playing with fire. You just saw it right there. If you come out of that stance like that, the flag's going to be thrown, and you got to beat the defender back before he gets out of the neutral zone.
Now, pass attempt incomplete by Austin Lee.
Lee might have been fortunate there that he didn't throw it towards the receiver because he was covered like a blanket. Underneath, over the top. And you saw the underneath guys there. I believe that was Cooper Bates in the middle of your screen, kind of pointing, directing traffic. Just great communication throughout.
Now Doane is bringing pressure from the edge. And Aaron is going to bounce this outside. Nice pickup of 14 and another first down for Dakota Wesleyan.
Well, you said that just right, Brandon. He got to the outside. He broke contain, and once that happened, he made that first move right there underneath and back out. He was able to pick up some big yardage, move the sticks.
So nearing 3 minutes here. There's time for Dakota Wesleyan to work with. Play action. Now Lee does a nice little move there, takes what the defense gives him.
Yeah, it was. It was a very smart play, and it was also smart at the tail end there. Wasn't looking for a collision, wasn't looking to get dinged up. Just get out of bounds while you can. Save yourself the hit, the damage.
Caden Doolittle was flying in there trying to catch him in pursuit.
Oh, he would have been okay with going ahead and meeting a collision there at the sideline. Lee thought better of it though.
Second and short. Errand picks up about 1.
Going to be close. Going to bring up another third and short here. And with under 2 minutes to go, this is a big third down.
Now under 2 to play. 3rd and 1 here for Dakota Wesleyan. Aaron gets it, and he lowers the shoulder, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to that play design. A lot of times when you see that pre-motion, that snap motion there with the up backs and the receivers, they're trying to draw the defense away. That time they motion the fullback over to be an additional blocker to pave the way for Aaron. So just getting your guys, the pieces of the puzzle out in front there.
Lee with time and big hit. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was totally legal. The receiver left his feet. I believe that was Michael, the free safety, coming across, and he didn't really lay too big of a hit on him, but since he upended him, everyone kind of held their breath there, make sure everybody got up okay.
Brings up second down, 10 to go. We are 1:14 away from going into halftime. Dakota Wesleyan with a 10-0 lead, trying to add to it here. End around. Pads popping there on the run by Mandolfo.
But not much doing. Once again, we're seeing Cooper Bates getting in the mix here. Also might have saw a little bit of a jersey tug there, but not quite enough to warrant a holding call. But I bet those Doane Tiger defenders might disagree.
And they'll take it.
Hey, they did get the hold call. There we go.
Moves it back to the 36.
That was a good job by our camera crew there, giving you a clear look at it as you saw that jersey being pulled clearly. And that was Kuntz trying to keep contained.
Well, coverage of this afternoon's game is brought to you by Crete Area Medical Center with locations in Wilbur and Friend. Crete Area Medical Center helping make today's broadcast possible. Second and long. And Lee finds Aaron. Aaron makes his first defender miss. And there he goes up the sidelines. And close to a first. In fact, he may have picked it up.
Boy, and that was a heck of a block down the field, too. Cade Wiseman was coming off his receiver to help out here. And he gets thrown to the turf. First guy missed. Whoop! And that's what Wiseman was looking for, was a block in the back. Might have had a case.
Aaron motions to the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Doolittle was the first to hit him, but not before a 7-yard pickup.
Well, we talked about Jermaine Aaron for a reason in the pregame, and boy, he's lived up to the billing. Running between the tackles, getting outside. We even saw him under center there, operating as the Wildcat quarterback at times.
Well, timeout taken, 35 seconds till halftime. Reminder that if you haven't yet, you should follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports. We're trying to get to the 10,000 follower mark, and we're close. And if you follow us, you will have access to our rankings, our highlights, our stories, our broadcast schedule, game updates. The list goes on, Andy. And you know what we do at halftime. We shout out new followers. Follow us between now and the start of the second half, and you will get a shout out live on the air at NCN Sports.
Yes, little tip of the cap during the halftime show. And it's not just Doane highlights that we do. A lot of high school from east to west, north to south. We also cover a lot of Wayne State football. Kearney, University of Nebraska at Kearney. If you're a football fan, high school, collegiate, or I don't know if there's a football that we don't cover.
Yeah, that's a great question to ask. I mean, we have the six-man state championship coming up in about a month.
And I remember like a Pop Warner middle school type of championship game up in Norfolk a couple of years ago.
Shrine Bowl, All-Star games, you name it.
Yeah, the Shrine Bowl. That was so much fun this last year.
Well, we're back to game action now. Second down. And that is hauled in. That was a fingertip catch by Nelson. He made that look a lot easier than that actually was.
Check those gloves. That looked like he had some stickum on him right there. I'll tell you what, plucking that one out of the ground, out of the air.
Clock is running though. Dakota Wesleyan opting to hold on to their final timeout, and Ty Barbazon. A heat-seeking missile absolutely blows Lee up.
My goodness. Look at him shed through the double team here on his way to the quarterback. No time and nowhere to go. Lee eating the sack.
And so Dakota Wesleyan forced to use its final timeout. And that sack, pivotal because, unsure of how big of a leg your kicker has, but this is no easy kick to try to attempt.
No, that was a big loss, and once again, that was within the defensive scheme. They weren't bringing extra pressures. They weren't taking a guy out of coverage to come off the edge. That was all the big fella up front, busting through the double team, making a play for his defense.
So final seconds here. If you're Dakota Wesleyan, you're having to decide, okay, do we try to, do a quick out or something along the sidelines to get a few more yards, or do you not want to risk it and either throw it for the end zone, or you're deciding if you're going to try to kick it?
With only 7 seconds, that's really tough to try and work in 2 plays. It can be done, but I think I'd feel a little bit better to just draw this thing up for 1 play. Obviously have 2 plays at your disposal here, but they're trying to make a house call, I think, on this one.
5 wide here for Dakota Wesleyan. They're going to go for it all. And they have a receiver nearly picked off. That was Wiseman flying in there, breaking up the pass. And disaster averted there for Doane. It will remain a 10-0 game. Here's another look.
Pretty good shot, though, here. Good arm from Lee, just letting it fly into the end zone. But, yeah, Cade Wiseman, man, we've been calling his name out a lot. Ball kind of goes through his hands, but still able to bat it down. Great position as a defender.
Homecoming here at Al Papik Field in Crete. Doane trailing Dakota Wesleyan 10-0 at the break. Stay with us. Our halftime show is coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
You're watching Doane Tigers football on News Channel Nebraska. The halftime show is brought to you by the helpful folks at Crete Ace Hardware.
Attention, there is no need to shop around for the lowest cash prescription price. USave Pharmacy has you covered. When you search on GoodRx, RxSaver, or SingleCare, simply show us the best price listed. If we are not already lower, we will match the lowest price. Offer does not apply on controlled substances. Trust you're getting the lowest price from your local USave Pharmacy. And of course, the best hometown service.
USave Pharmacy.
Years pass, technologies change, design trends come and go, but Schaefer's tradition of dedicated staff, service, and value has carried on through it all for 76 years. Save on Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances. And to celebrate our 76th anniversary, get free local delivery and up to $500 in rebates on the new energy-efficient Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances you've been wanting. Schaefer's, your local, family-owned tradition for 76 years.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you gotta check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Driving by on the highway, you'd never guess what this store holds. When you walk in, rest assured this small-town vet supply store has big city selection. There's a good chance if what you're looking for isn't in the back, they can order it for you. Luckily, you'll get the small-town friendly service and knowledgeable sales staff every step of the way. From vaccine help to renting a tux for your son's wedding. See the staff at Valley Vet Supply on Highway 36 in Marysville.
Valley Vet Supply.
When you want to wear your school spirit on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to Custom Sports Screen Printing. No matter what activity you want to show off, Custom Sports has you covered in whatever color your spirit comes in. Check out the gallery at nebraskascreenprinting.com to see custom designs for every school activity, sport, booster club, and event. And get your group orders in now for a fast and convenient turnaround. Custom sports screen printing at nebraskascreenprinting.com. Proud to be Nebraskan.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the nonstop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
As the world keeps changing, so is the way to purchase a new car. Across the nation, there are lengthy delays with new vehicle requests and many being built to order. At Zollner Ford of Beatrice, we're making it easy. With our new Save a Spot program, you can be one of the first in line. We've got a seamless pre-order process that guarantees your reservation is secure and in the queue, and our sales professionals will keep you updated every step of the way on the status of your vehicle. Come reserve yours today. Zollner Ford of Beatrice.
It's pretty hard to find quicker service, nicer people, or anyone who cares more when filling your prescriptions in Kin's Pharmacy in Crete. After all, the drive-thru makes your wait time minimal, and Kin and Carrie are reliable pharmacists. It's so much more. Helpful advice, accurate refills, and a large selection of over-the-counter products. So don't just take my word for it. Try Kin's Pharmacy for yourself, whether it's in the drive-thru, inside, or with mail-out service, because Kin's You Save Health Mart Pharmacy to care for you. Kin's Pharmacy in Crete, caring for you and about you.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Pipes just get old, get a lot of buildup in them. To know if you need drain cleaning is the drains are going to get slow. That's kind of the first thing to watch for is things won't drain as fast as they used to. Another sign is some of your drains can start gurgling too. The difference between a Band-Aid fix and professionally cleaning is Band-Aid fix, is when you go to the store yourself and get non-professional drain cleaners. Permanent fix is having us come out and professionally clean those drains with either cabling or jetting. If you're experiencing slow drains or gurgling pipes, give John Henry's a call.
Your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings. And award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
From the moment something didn't feel quite right, to that ambulance arriving at your door, from the immediate diagnosis, to the surgery that followed, to the long list of lifestyle changes, and that family gathering that everyone always talked about, but for whatever reason kept getting postponed, to the moment you sat back and realized how grateful you are for everything you have. We've been here for you, just around the corner.
When you want to wear your pride on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to NebraskaScreenPrinting.com for the latest screen printing and embroidery design. View hundreds of designs or upload your own for any school activity, sport, booster club, or business. We can do it all in whatever color your pride comes in. Get your group order in for your event or team at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com today for a fast and convenient turnaround. We're custom sports screen printing and embroidery at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com. Proud to be Nebraskan.
From the moment something didn't feel quite right, to that ambulance arriving at your door, from the immediate diagnosis, to the surgery that followed, to the long list of lifestyle changes, and that family gathering that everyone always talked about, but for whatever reason kept getting postponed, to the moment you sat back and realized how grateful you are for everything you have. We've been here for you, just around the corner.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said...
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
Claybaugh Pharmacy provides you with all the pharmacy options a person would need. As a full-service pharmacy, we give you all the traditional options, but also have the modern technology to maintain your profiles. Maybe you're busy. Head to claybaughpharmacy.com. Click on Online Refills to get your prescriptions filled from the convenience of your home. Claybaugh Pharmacy and Gift Shop, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
And welcome back here to Al Papik Field in Crete, Nebraska. Halftime 10-0. Here in a beautiful Saturday afternoon. We mentioned it is homecoming, and Andy, you know as well as anyone, Doane, it's a proud fan base. It's a proud community. Currently having conference championship teams being honored here at the break. Indoor-outdoor track champions. You also have some wrestling kids that will be showing, and in addition, they've honored baseball, so we're going to have more info on that thanks to Peyton Thomas coming up shortly.
I was following that baseball team. They were playing at a high level, end up winning the conference. We know they got a great wrestling squad here as well, and it's a proud program across the board. And guess what? This is year 150, so a little added festivities here going on at Al Papik Field.
Again, a lot of smiles, a lot of people, a lot of coaches being honored as well, and being well-deservedly, round of applause being shared for these young men as we, and women, we get ready to take a look at some of our halftime highlights here. Currently sitting 10-0 your score. These halftime highlights are brought to you by Crete Ace Hardware. The friendly folks at Crete Ace Hardware bringing you these highlights, and the Doane Tigers are hoping they'll have some highlights for us later on this game, but up to this point, it's been all Dakota Wesleyan.
Yes, and it's been a couple of key passing plays like you saw right there.
Now here's a touchdown by Jamin Aaron, taking that one in from about 10. And that's sort of been the story. Dakota Wesleyan has been able to do some good things. This is probably the biggest play for Doane up to this point, a punt returned by Wiseman.
Yeah, special teams have been on point here for Doane University, and Cade Wiseman's had a huge impact, not only as a cornerback, but you saw right there as a return man. And here we go again. Special teams for the Tigers coming up big. Doane University jumping on a touched punt, giving the ball back to their offense.
It was the best chance there for Doane. It was a 50-yarder. It went just a little bit wide. And then some more opportunities here for Dakota Wesleyan. Big pass, big catch. This one going to Nelson. It would eventually set up A field goal for the Tigers. Now credit Doane's defense because they had 2 or 3 downs where they held them on the one to force that field goal attempt.
Oh, that was a huge defensive stance. I mean, that ball was within the 1 yard line, inside the 1 yard line. Here is that field goal, which ultimately gave them that 10-0 advantage, which they're sitting on right now.
That field goal, an 18-yarder by Jackson Patrick. Now, Dakota Wesleyan may have had more points on the board had it not been for that big-time sack made by Ty Barbizon at the end of the quarter.
And also kind of took them out of field goal range there, limited what they could do with the play call, and also ate up a lot of time.
Well, 10-0 here at half. We're about 8 minutes away. A reminder, Andy, that certified Piedmontese beef is the official beef of Doane Tiger football on News Channel Nebraska. Certified Piedmontese beef located in Lincoln. It is lean, it is tender, it is delicious meat that is Italian heritage bred, and it's Nebraska-raised perfection. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed, and it is shipped anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country. Just go to cpbeef.com to order it and have it sent to your house.
You know, I saw a certified Piedmontese billboard on I-80 making my way to the game, and it said, "You've got to taste it to believe it," and I can attest to that. It just doesn't sound right, does it? A lean cut of steak, but it's delicious. It's not, overly fatty or anything like that. You really do got to try it. It's a different breed of cattle, this Piedmontese, with that, you mentioned the heritage bloodlines out of the Piedmont area of Italy.
On top of that, it is healthy, powerful nutrition that helps athletes play at their best. A certified Piedmontese beef. Check them out at cpbeef.com. 6:30 remaining here at the half. We'll take another break. Come back, we're getting closer to third quarter action here in Crete, Nebraska.
Is it time for something different? Then come out to Crete Ace Hardware, where you can view our selection of Magnum e-bikes with several different models to choose from. Your ride will be a breeze. Or maybe an IMAX scooter is more your style. And you can spice up your cookout with our large inventory of grills and smokers. From classic brands like Traeger and Weber to harder to find brands like Green Egg. Let our outstanding customer service find the right fit for you. Try something different at Crete Ace Hardware, located at 1025 Main Avenue, Crete, Nebraska.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back to our halftime coverage on News Channel Nebraska. Dakota Wesleyan leads Doane at the break. Just a few moments ago behind me, there were several Doane athletics teams from this past season that were honored as conference champions, indoor and outdoor track, wrestling, and baseball. I spoke just a few moments ago with baseball head coach Josh Oltmans. His squad overcame a lot of adversity last year with several injuries to key players. It was a next man up mentality throughout the season as his group finished the year with 24 wins, setting a new conference record at 24-4. For next year, expectations remain high as his powerful lineup returns a lot of the key bats. Guys, back up to you in the studio.
Thank you, Peyton. And again, just another example of athletic excellence being shown here at Doane University. And we've had a chance, through the Corn Belt League that played over the summer to see a lot of those Doane Tigers that have perhaps played a couple of years ago in that league. They're now making an impact on that team, and some young players that are coming up and contributing, as you heard Peyton say, to that team that has high expectations coming off last year's record performance of 24 wins in the conference.
It was so impressive and fun to watch and keep up with them on News Channel Nebraska, right? And then, non-surprisingly, in the Corn Belt League, the Summertime Developmental League, they had a lot of success during the summertime as well that we were treated to.
10-0 your score. Homecoming here in Crete, Nebraska. We'll take a break, come back, and get ready for third quarter action here on NCN.
It all started long ago, with cattle in mind, and it's still the major focus today of Powder River Livestock Handling Equipment and your friends at Valley Vet Supply in Marysville. They want to provide you with the best equipment. That's why they sell Powder River. It truly does stand the test of time. Powder River is a name you can trust. From cattle handling systems to gates and feeders, Powder River makes equipment for life. Come see for yourself at Valley Vet Supply on Highway 36 in Marysville.
As the world keeps changing, so is the way to purchase a new car. Across the nation, there are lengthy delays with new vehicle requests and many being built to order. At Zollner Ford Beatrice, we're making it easy. With our new Save a Spot program, you can be one of the first in line. We've got a seamless pre-order process that guarantees your reservation is secure and in the queue. And our sales professionals will keep you updated every step of the way on the status of your vehicle. Come reserve yours today. Zollner Ford Beatrice.
Exciting news from Eye Care Associates of Columbus. We are now working together with clinics in Norfolk and Grand Island to form Unity Eye Centers. Yes, it's a new name, but what does it mean for you? Joining together allows us to deliver and share state-of-the-art technology and provide a higher level of care for every patient. Best of all, it's still the same owners and you'll see the same welcoming faces. At Unity Eye Centers, we want to continue to be your eye doctor of choice. Come see the difference that quality eye care can deliver.
To your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
Welcome back. We are nearly ready to roll here at Al Papik. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, and Peyton Thomas with you. Doane will be receiving to start this second half. And Andy, obviously, when you don't have any points, you're going to try to figure out that at halftime. That's the bad side.
Right.
But the good side is you've only given up 10. So obviously, this is a game that's certainly still in reach. Peyton Thomas actually had a chance to touch base with Coach Bessler at halftime. So let's head down and see what Coach Bessler had to say.
Thanks, Brandon. I spoke with Coach Chris Bessler heading into the halftime locker room. He said plenty of adjustments need to be made on the offensive side of the ball to put some points up on the board. Expect new tempo for both the run and the pass out of Doane in the second half. It was the defensive side of the ball that's avoided giving up those shot and chunk plays. That's what's keeping the Tigers in this ball game right now. Just a 2-score deficit as Doane looks to overcome it in the second half. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Peyton. And, to that point, the stats tell the story when you look at sort of total offense. It's not great for Doane. 217 yards, Dakota Wesleyan, to 31 for the Tigers. And so clearly, Coach Bessler, he knows we need to figure some things out here, but that's the difference. And again, if you're only down 10 with that big of a discrepancy, you have to feel all right about some things.
Yeah, you feel good about where you're at in this game compared to what it could be at this point. I mean, a couple things just kind of jump out at you from the stat sheet here is first downs. Dakota Wesleyan with 11. Doane only has 3 first downs in that first half. Another thing kind of jumps out is the net passing yards. Dakota Wesleyan, 142. We saw a couple of those big plays through the passing game during the highlight package at halftime. Doane only has 17 net yards through the air. So they were getting completions, but it was all that underneath bubble screen type of play. They got to challenge this Wesleyan defense with those vertical passing routes.
Well, we promised we'd give people who followed us a shout-out on Twitter at NCN Sports as you saw that replay. Rory Cash, Harry Bloom, Tim Jensen, Austin Milkey, as you have a carry here. Also Jacob Shavadl, Daniel Cooper, Eddie Rodriguez.
All right.
Coach G, and last but not least, Kenny Smith, all giving us a follow at NCN
Kenny,
Sports.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Getting closer to that 10,000 follower mark, and again, you will have great sports content at your fingertips if you follow us on Twitter. So Tigers now facing a 2nd and 7 opening drive of the half.
Win with a nice little simple run off the right side there, getting vertical, getting upfield.
And we're also seeing our third quarterback. That's Cruz Kerwin, freshman from San Antonio, Texas. Now, we did see him warming up on the sideline late in the second quarter, so Coach Bessler says let's give Kerwin a try.
Yeah, I mean, they're really searching for something positive on offense. So we're seeing multiple guys under center or back in the shotgun because they run that spread, so not too much under the center as far as that goes with the linemen.
Pressure being brought by Dakota Wesleyan. Kerwin has the time to throw it towards Payne, and that is going to be defensive pass interference.
Free safety did a really nice job coming over and making a play. That was DeJong batting it away, but that doesn't just allow for the cornerback to pretty much tackle the receiver to the ground or help him to the ground. You're going to get a good look at it right here. Number 22, Stevenson, a lot of contact before the ball was tipped away.
And so that will certainly move the sticks. Doane's drive continues here. And credit the line because Dakota Wesleyan brought a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
They were picked up.
And even though it wasn't a completion, but still something positive happened from challenging him down the field. On the fly right, the 9 route down the sideline.
Handoff to Frazee Wynn. A little surprising. He wasn't very involved in that first half. He had 3 carries and a net loss of 4 yards on those carries.
Well, he's in there now getting his opportunity. And, yeah, he's been our top Tiger performer a couple of times over the years. Getting a couple early quarters here. Looking like they're making it a point of emphasis to get him back involved in this offensive attack here in the second half.
Well, this third quarter is brought to you by Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Play, visit, meet, and compete at www.lincoln.org. There is a completion to Win. And first down, Tigers.
And that wasn't going to get there unless Win made the first guy miss, broke a tackle, shedded another one on his way to breaking the plane and moving the sticks here. Like right there, got himself out of trouble, made a little move, sidestepped another tackle. All right, now we're seeing some good things here out of this offense.
Instant replay was brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Win, this time tackled from behind by Engine.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times now where this Dakota Wesleyan defense, man, they really load up the box. I think you had just about all 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's tough sledding as a running back. And oh no, Win. Looks like he's kind of holding his left side there. Hope that's not his shoulder or maybe his ribs. He's in a little bit of pain though as he finds his way to the sideline.
So I believe they put Wiggins back in. Dante Wiggins the third now at running back. An incomplete pass there on the little comeback route. It was Lambert the intended target.
Yeah, and that's a tough pass for this freshman, you know, entering this game. Got to go with the misdirection, move the pocket there. But I like how he sailed it a little wide, not allowing the underneath coverage there. There was Zamora for Dakota Wesleyan to get his hands on it.
3rd and long. Pressure from the outside. Kerwin steps up, completes the pass. Another Doane Tiger first down. Jeremiah Payne.
And once again, Payne was in the vicinity of another receiver there. But how about the young quarterback hanging tough in the pocket, stepping up in the pocket and delivering a strike down the middle of the field into heavy coverage.
Now Kerwin zips it to Payne, and a rare just drop by Payne. Hit him right in the hands.
Oh, man, Payne's had that happen to him, though, a couple of times here this afternoon. The ball hits both of his hands. That time you could tell he just wanted to get running. He wanted to get moving before the ball got there.
Garcia motioning across. And nowhere to go for Dante Wiggins III.
I mean, it almost looked like the fake was supposed to lead people to Wiggins, and the defense was like, yeah, okay, we're here. We're taking the cheese.
Samuel Henderson all over that one.
Oh, 3rd and very long after the tackle for loss.
Well, going towards Jeremiah Payne again, and this time there was just a little bit of miscommunication perhaps on the route run. There was also some contact in the secondary.
Yeah, it looked like Payne just kind of got tangled up with his defender there, and obviously he would have had to initiate that contact. Otherwise, there could have been a flag thrown. But I kind of like the ball there. A lot of air underneath of it, allowing for his receiver to try and get underneath of it.
Well, Meyer's going to try a 35-yarder, or excuse me, 45-yarder. He has the leg, he has the wind at his back. And he hits it. Doane is on the board. Meyer with a 45-yarder, cuts it to 7.
And that's a promising opening drive coming out of the break for Doane University. Yes, they got a little help with the pass interference call early on there, but they capitalized, they took advantage, and Meyer boots one through the uprights to get on the board.
7-point game here in the 3rd. Stay with us on News Channel Nebraska.
The new 98.9 The Vibe is the soundtrack of your generation. The Tri-Cities greatest hits are on 98.9 FM. We used to sing 98.9 The Vibe.
Welcome back here to Al Papik Field. Homecoming for the Doane Tigers. They're hoping it's going to be a happy one. That field goal is a good step in the right direction.
Really is a great step in the right direction. Puts it back to a one-possession game. They're one play away, really, from tying this thing up. And, you know, we mentioned it, how both of these teams are called the Tigers. And I'm going to be pulling here for Dakota Wesleyan to maybe look up and think about calling themselves the Blue Bengals. I mean, they're already blue and silver. Just kind of play on that. And there's not a big difference. It's a Siberian tiger and a Bengal tiger here. Brand doing a little homework here. And there's a small difference, and the Siberian tiger traditionally grows to be a little bit taller, about a foot or two longer. So same type of cat, just two different breeds of tigers. And I'm telling you, if you're going to be blue and silver and you're going to be a tiger, why not be a Bengal?
Andy Klassen, folks. He's our zoologist, color commentary extraordinaire. I think you should be a university and college consultant.
Yes,
you can provide this insight when they decide which mascots they're going to go with.
I'm going to put that out there into the universe and see if we got any takers there from Dakota Wesleyan. The Bengals, the Blue Bengals. Come on, guys.
Oh, it's been a good one up to this point. Tigers, Bengals. Doane versus Dakota Wesleyan. We're at a 7-point game. Coverage of this game today is brought to you in part thanks to City Bank and Trust. With locations in Crete and Lincoln, City Bank and Trust is member FDIC. Now Doane look to bring pressure. Look out, Ahrens, first down, across the 40, nice pickup.
Really was, and he ran with great patience that time, just allowing that wall of offensive linemen to continue working for him. There, as soon as he saw that little hole open up, the gap open up, he shot through like a cannon. Been impressed with Jamin Aaron here this afternoon.
Back to him. Aaron runs through a couple tackles. Picks up 6.
Solid gain on first down.
And no surprise, Aaron's had a great game up to this point. 64 yards in that first half, including the touchdown, averaging 5 a carry.
Also asked him to go in at quarterback for a couple of plays there at the goal line. Doing some heavy lifting for this Dakota Wesleyan offense.
And on second down, Aaron
Whoa!
bowling over defenders and ushered out of play, but that was a physical, dare I say, angry run?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you're taught to wrap up so you don't allow that type of a bounce off there and make it look like you kind of got trucked. But that was also a really good play call by the offensive coordinator there for Dakota Wesleyan. They ran away from the blitz. Sometimes you just time it up perfectly, and they did on that occasion. They're running Aaron away from the additional pressure.
So Dakota Wesleyan in Doane territory. 1st and 10 from the 46. Another hard run.
Oh, ball's out.
Nearly was stripped. Yeah, to your point, that was Mandolfo on the toe.
I tell you what, this offensive line, we've mentioned them a couple times in the first half. As we get another look at it here, you're going to see that ball squirt out. I don't know how Mandolfo was able to kind of scoop it up before it may even hit the turf, but these big fellas up front for Dakota Wesleyan, they're getting a really good push right now, moving that line of scrimmage forward at the snap.
Another first down here for Dakota Wesleyan. Doane is again bringing pressure. Mandolfo brought down. This time they ran to the pressure, to your point. It was Seth Hagan making the tackle.
And we're kind of used to seeing this from a team that's coached by Chris Bessler. Oh, you beat us one time? Well, no worry, water off a duck back. We're going to dial up another pressure and see if you can deal with that. And we've seen it work throughout here, not only today, but in previous games where they get that one big play, that tackle for loss, the sack. It totally throws the entire drive off kilter and into a punting situation, bringing up a 3rd and long, 2nd and long that the offense can't overcome.
Jet sweep for Aaron. Nothing doing.
So even right there, Brandon, to what we were just talking about, that early blitz, that didn't allow Aaron to take that straight line and get to the edge. He had to bounce into the back a little bit, give up some yardage. That allowed for the additional defenders to rally up, contain, tackle for loss. Here we go, 3rd and long. Exactly what that defensive call was designed to do.
10-3 your score on the Currency scoreboard. If you need help financing equipment, trucks, or trailers, all you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Aaron gets the handoff. He is through to the 2nd level.
Oh, he's going to be close.
Looks like they'll mark him a yard short, but on 3rd and long. That is a big pickup.
And it might have been enough to where either way, 4th and short, they're going to go for it here. It's going to be a healthy yard. Long yard.
Lee hands it off to Aaron, and it's all going to depend on the spot.
It really is. Big collision right at the marker here.
And they give it to him. First down, Dakota Wesleyan. He did have that initial push.
Yep. And that's a big reason why you got to admire what Aaron brings to the table as far as being a running back. We've seen him catch passes out of the backfield. We've seen him as the wildcat, but those tough yardage, short yardage situations, you can also lean on him in that type of a scenario as well. And that time he comes through big time, picking up the first down on 4th and short.
And false start. This will be coming back for Dakota Wesleyan. He had a receiver taken off early.
I think that was Jarrett Boggs with a little bit of a fake blitz there, getting an offensive lineman to flinch.
Well, coverage of tonight's broadcast is brought to you thanks to Fisher's Beer, Wine, and Spirits located in Crete. Fisher's Beer, Wine, and Spirits, it's all you need to know.
Hey, this might be the season of defenses, right? I mean, we saw it on Thursday night with the NFL, last night with the Huskers and Rutgers. Low-scoring affairs here, elite defenses once again squaring off here. Doane University, Dakota Wesleyan.
Back to Aaron. Gets those 5 yards back.
Gets them back, but see how they're behind the sticks here. It's 2nd and 10, not 2nd and 5. Yeah, Doane's got to figure out, they got to find an answer to try and contain this rushing attack that Wesleyan's really leaning on here in this third quarter.
Here comes pressure, and Lee just chucks it to the corner. And that was once again Seth Hagan barreling down on the pressure, and then Wiseman on the coverage.
And Wiseman doing a really good job of staying in front of his guy. He knew he had help over the top. And if this ball would have been thrown a little bit better, we'll say, and like left in bounds, Wiseman would have had a chance to pick that one off.
So 3rd down and 10.
That was Randozzo, safety, that was also over the top helping out in that last play.
Big collision there, and Aaron is brought down.
Oh, man.
Randazzo hanging on, and he's the one who is currently down.
He knew it right away, but give him a lot of credit. He stayed wrapped up. He didn't allow for the ball carrier to continue, but he shook up.
So with just under 5 to go, we'll take a break here. Dakota Wesleyan 10, Doane 3 here on. Well, good to see. Actually, we'll stay here as Randazzo hops up, but as you can see clearly, hobbling. We'll keep an eye on that and hope that the young man's all right.
That might have been a deal where those two shins kind of crashed into each other, and that's not a good feeling. Let's hope it's just a little type of a stinger type of deal like that. All right, kicking unit takes to the field here. Trying to get those 3 points back.
We'll make it a 2-possession game once again.
And it's a little bit of a gusting wind here that he's kicking into.
This is a 34-yarder. Nails it. Second field goal of the afternoon for Jackson Patrick. Makes it 13-3 here with 4:23 left in the third. You are watching Doane Tiger Football on News Channel Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, Peyton Thomas with you here for a homecoming contest for the Doane Tigers, who currently find themselves trailing Dakota Wesleyan by 10. Mentioned the fact that when these two teams get together in recent history, it's typically a close game. Dakota Wesleyan winning the last two affairs by a combined 7 points. Currently, they lead by 10. Trying to play spoiler here. And on top of that, they're looking for their first win of the season. Look out! Jeremiah Payne, one man to beat. He's up the sidelines. It's going to be a foot race. He cuts it up.
Oh!
Jeremiah Payne to the house. And just like that, it's a 4-point game.
Impressive return. As soon as he went busting through that first line of defense, he knew he had a little bit of daylight to work with. You saw the afterburners kick on, then he had to make that one last additional move to cut inside. And boy, what a shot in the arm. Once again, coming through the special teams unit of Doane University.
And that may be the spark the Tigers have been looking for. Jeremiah Payne. PAT good. It's a 3-point game.
Boy, a lot of times you can see a running back run with determination. You know, when he puts his head down, he picks up those tough yards. When JP broke through that first line, you saw him just really look at him put his head down and the determination to bust through that first line. And he knew if he could do that, he could take it to the house. And 1-3 comes up big for the Tigers again.
When the game wraps up, or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Welcome back. A lot of happy fans here at Al Papik Field after that one. Jeremiah Payne, we'll call it an 85-yard kick return for the touchdown. Makes this a 3-point affair.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother element to this. You got a sold-out crowd here, basically, or a packed house for Doane University, this being their homecoming. A lot of festivities and fanfare here this afternoon, honoring some conference championship teams during the halftime break. That really ignited this crowd. You heard the roar, cheerleaders dancing, the pep bands getting after it here. And sometimes that's all it takes is one big play, you know, just a match to ignite that fire.
Carey there picks up about 3. And Doane's defense, which is you would consider their strength, they come up big here with a 3 and out, or, you know.
Yeah.
You put yourself in the driver's seat just like that thanks to that big kick return.
You know, and just seeing the ball in the end zone for your team, it gives the offense confidence too. That's just kind of how momentum works. It just kind of bleeds itself over throughout the entire team and doesn't just stay contained to one unit.
Aaron's with the carry, not much. There's also a flag.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a hold once again on the edge. So they're probably going to back this one up 10. And we've seen this when chop block. But we've seen this with Dakota Wesleyan. When they do get in this type of a predictable passing scenario, Doane will dial up kind of a mush rush or, try to go full coverage. Or, they like to blitz. But Wesleyan is fine with just keeping it on the ground and, just getting that yardage back. Now they're way behind the sticks, so a 2nd and 20. This might be an opportunity for head coach Chris Bessler and defensive coordinator. Dial a couple things up here as they go empty set 5 wide.
Play action. Open receiver off the hands of Preston Nedved.
Nedved got behind his linebacker, Martinson. He flashed open, pass just a little out in front there. I mean, it hit his hands though, Brandon.
3rd, 21. At the 14.
So very favorable situation here for Doane and its defense. We have a whistle.
Good to see Randazzo back out there, number 33, directing traffic from his free safety, strong safety position.
Dakota Wesleyan will take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. Big 3rd and long coming up.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, a 3rd and long facing Dakota Wesleyan. Doane recently getting on the board by way of a Jeremiah Payne kickoff return for a touchdown. They're hoping to get the ball back here, a chance to take the lead late in the 3rd.
3rd and long.
Quarterback changing plays at the line. Saw something in coverage.
There's the pass across the middle, and a flag comes in. Nedved was the receiver.
I don't know if I like that because the receiver kind of hitched up because the pass was so far off. And yes, there was a little contact there, but that wasn't going to negate the catch at all in my mind.
Foul, automatic.
But rules are rules, Brandon. There was obvious contact before the ball got there.
And that is a tough one for Doane to deal with. Dakota Wesleyan will certainly take it, and fresh set of downs. They'll start now this 1st down on the 30.
Yeah, and really tough spot too, 3rd and forever. Even had he caught that ball, he still would have been short of the 1st down.
Aaron's with the handoff, short pickup.
Big fella Simmons with the tackle on the edge. Aaron's still down on the ground.
And he's averaging about 5 a carry so far this game, and he's going to be checked out by training staff. Looks like another potential one of those cramp situations getting stretched out.
Yeah, let's hope that's just all it is and not a twisted up knee or ankle or any type of a sprain like that.
We'll take a quick break here. 3-point game, third quarter here on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
It's pretty hard to find quicker service, nicer people, or anyone who cares more when filling your prescriptions in Ken's Pharmacy in Crete. After all, the drive-thru makes your wait time minimal, and Ken and Carrie are reliable pharmacists. It's so much more. Helpful advice, accurate refills, and a large selection of over-the-counter products. So don't just take my word for it. Try Ken's Pharmacy for yourself, whether it's in the drive-thru, inside, or with mail-out service, because Ken's You Save Health Mart Pharmacy to care for you. Ken's Pharmacy in Crete, caring for you and about you.
Welcome back. So it was Aaron who was down, and he's a very vital part of this offense for Dakota Wesleyan. He was able to walk off under his own power. That's certainly something we'll keep an eye on, his status, and if he'll be able to return here today.
Yeah, he's a huge part of this offense, no doubt about that.
Lee completes this one. A nice spin move in the open field there for Logan Sirk. First down.
Sirk doing a really nice job, not only making that little spin move, making that guy miss, giving him some additional yardage, but how about the route? He was wide open. I don't know if there was a blown assignment there or what.
First and 10.
So after the penalty, the drive continues here for Dakota Wesleyan.
So Lee over the middle.
Ball's out.
Ball popped out. They're going to say it's complete and a fumble. Waiting for a signal. Doane says it's theirs.
Oh.
And it's Doane Tiger football.
Looked like another huge play, passing play, and it was for Dakota Wesleyan, but that's why you never give up on a play. As he was being brought to the ground, and officials still talking this one over. Linebacker elected to go with the strip. We're going to get a really good look at it here. Watch how this right arm comes down. Boom! Punches that one on, and that was Cade Wiseman again.
Well, Doane Tigers taking over, a chance to take the lead. Let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team, Peyton Thomas on the sidelines.
Hey guys, after
Wasserman on the carry.
Return touchdown, you heard a mini cannon go off in the background. It's part of the Alpha Omega fraternity here on campus. Prior to the cannon, about a decade ago, the fraternity used to bring a mortar to every game. Well, that was deemed to be unsafe, hence the cannon we see today. It fires 10-gauge blanks after every Doane score, touchdown, field goal, safety. Used at every home game as both a recruiting tool and something to unite this Tiger fan base. Back up to you guys.
Wasserman on the carry.
Thank you, Peyton. And again, you saw it for the size. That thing packs a punch. You'd think it was like a huge like pirate ship cannon or something they have somewhere here at Alpapic Field. Nope, just that little guy.
I think a lot of folks understand the term 12-gauge shotgun. Well, that's a step up from that. The 10-gauge is a much bigger round, and that's what makes a much bigger boom, and that's why that small little cannon delivers quite the punch.
The Tigers are hoping that cannon will be going off again shortly, as you have Wasserman diving over the pile to get that first down.
Well, and we've seen this before for Doane University, where they'll use, their other backs earlier in the game, and then they'll just throw a total curveball with it with Wasserman, a guy that likes to kind of mix it up, kind of almost looks for contact, delivers the blow. And right now he's got something going, a couple runs back to back.
It's a 3-yard pickup there for Wasserman, which may be the last play of this quarter, unless the Tigers decide to hurry it up here.
Pretty cool little story there from Peyton Thomas about that cannon, but come on, we could use some mortar. You know, they've done it before.
Not that it's not exciting, but, you know, why not add more excitement to everything? Well, we have an exciting game here in Crete. 3 points separating Dakota Wesleyan and Doane as we head to the 4th. Stay with us. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska. Welcome back. Looks like we're going to have an exciting finish here as Doane looks to have a homecoming victory. Currently trailing by 3.
Give a lot of credit to the offensive coaching staff for Doane University. You know what? Talked about one of those glaring stats that jumped off the page to me is first downs. 11 to only 3 generated by the offense for Doane University. Boy, they really righted the ship. Now it's only 13 first downs compared to 10 here in the third quarter.
Carry by Wasserman. 2-yard pickup on 2nd down.
That's extending drives. That's keeping your defense off the field, giving them a breather, and obviously sustaining drives.
It's going to be 3rd and 6 at the 48.
So a big 3rd down and 6 here for Doane. Pressure coming from the edge. That is a deep ball, and it is dropped on a dime. And that's going to be a touchdown, a 52-yard strike. How about it? Joaquin Gutierrez.
Gutierrez with great speed, keeping his eyes on the ball the entire time. And how about the ball delivered from Kerwan? Right down the sideline, hit his man in stride. Love the spiral and the air underneath of it. And you know I got to give a lot of credit to those big fellas up front. Clean pocket to deliver that pass down the field with.
Freshman to freshman, both of them from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh my.
So they have that little thing going on a wavelength, but PAT is wide. So that will keep it at a field goal difference between the two.
A little different approach there from Meyer. He kind of didn't really get underneath that one. It was kind of like a line drive, trying to punch one through there. I don't know if laces were out, laces in, or what the case was. But that could be a big point down the stretch.
Still, though, if you're Doane, first lead of the game. Again, Kerwin, the third quarterback we've seen, the youngster, taken over since halftime. And since halftime, Doane has 16 points. Yes, one of them came from a kick return, but still this offense is looking different than it was in the first half.
Well, you're seeing the big play capability. They're able to, I'll go back to it, use that vertical passing game. You get that one-on-one coverage, you got to threaten it, and right there, you're seeing the freshman to freshman connection. Doane might have found something here.
Now Dakota Wesleyan a chance to answer as Meyer kicks this one away. And he'll go through for a touchback.
It's been a game of big plays here for the Doane Tigers. A lot of those big plays on special teams. And the defense just doing its part, limiting opportunities for the Dakota Wesleyan offense. And you know they'd like to get one more stop here, get the ball back to the offense, try and tack onto this lead here in the fourth quarter.
We do have a flag, and again we saw the leading rusher, Aaron, go down for Dakota Wesleyan. Last drive, he currently is still out of the game, and up to this point, 24 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown. They have been leaning on Aaron heavily, which was no surprise, but that very well may impact what Dakota Wesleyan tries to do here the rest of this one if he can't get back in.
Hey, exactly right. And on that occasion, Doane kind of backed out. Looked like what they just had the 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers behind it. But that movement might have got an offensive lineman to flinch a little bit.
Well, look out. Bursting through the middle and then bouncing it outside. A very nice run by Mandolfo.
We've seen some good things from Mandolfo. He's got a good burst. Bust through that alley there. Not a lot of daylight, but he found it.
Another look courtesy of Beatrice Community Hospital as Dakota Wesleyan nears midfield. Back to Mandolfo. This time just 2. Well, this fourth quarter is brought to you by our friends at O Street Carpet. Go see Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet on 17th and O. They are our fourth quarter sponsor here on News Channel Nebraska.
It's kind of gearing up to be an exciting fourth quarter at that. Doane clinging to a 3-point lead it just obtained through the deep pass play.
Play action, hit as he throws, and there was no whistle. I think the officials were saying that was a live ball. And now they say incomplete, but at the time, yeah, let's take another look.
I mean, it was really close, but his arm was moving forward. I don't know exactly when he lost control of it. A lot of times that reminds me of like a baseball call where the tie goes to the runner. More times than not, you give the quarterback the benefit of the doubt that his arm was moving forward for the pass.
Third down. And Lee. Perfect pass, and look out, Nelson into the open field. More than enough for the first down for Dakota Wesleyan.
There's that guy again, number 0, Nelson. Heck of a route as well. Quarterback keying on him the entire time, but he snapped that off, got his hands up in front of his face mask, didn't allow the ball to get into his pads. And then some yaks afterwards, yards after catch.
Well, he's over 80 yards receiving now on 5 receptions, leading Dakota Wesleyan in that department. Ball on the ground again. And a flag. We did have some movement by the receivers on the near side, so this will be a false start, I believe.
Barbazan was he was looking to track down the quarterback. He looked at the officials. Why'd you call that one dead?
You'll get another shot. You'll get another shot.
Yes, he will, here in about 5 or 6 seconds. So
makes it 1st and 15 after the penalty. Be sure to stay tuned for our Tiger Top Performer interview. Brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. That's a part of our post-game show. Coming up at the end of this one, that is Aaron with the carry, so good news for Dakota Wesleyan as he's back in, but to your point, someone else is down.
Looks like the fullback, Rabe, or tight end, excuse me, Max Rabe. I got tangled up there in a little bit of a scrum in the pile. But yeah, that's a good thing. That's what I was thinking. Good to see Aaron back in the game.
We'll take a break here. Just under 12 remaining. 3-point game here on News Channel Nebraska.
Years pass, technologies change, design trends come and go. But Schaefer's tradition of dedicated staff, service, and value has carried on through it all for 76 years. Save on Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances. And to celebrate our 76th anniversary, get free local delivery and up to $500 in rebates on the new energy-efficient Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances you've been wanting. Schaefer's, your local, family-owned tradition for 76 years.
Following the injury timeout, it's 2nd down and long for Dakota Wesleyan.
Going 5 wide here out of the break. Got motion.
Aaron gets it. He's nearing 30 carries on the afternoon. Short pickup there.
Boy, you got to love the awareness of this Doane defensive unit. You had 5 wide. That's to spread you out, get you into a passing type of look. They motion the running back into there from the slot receiver's spot, utilize them as just an off-tackle run. Everybody sound, Simon, a sound there on that running play going left off tackle.
And we have a Doane Tiger down. I believe this is Ryan and Michael.
He was one of the safeties that had to rally up there, help out with the run stop. Boy, we're seeing a lot of collisions out there. I mean, this is a hard-fought game up to this point.
For those just joining us, it was 10-0 at halftime. Dakota Wesleyan with the lead. Started off the third, Kellen Meyer got on the board with a 45-yard field goal to make it 10-3. And then Dakota Wesleyan answered back on their drive a few minutes later. Jackson Patrick kicked a 34-yarder to make it a 10-point game once again. And right after that field goal, Jeremiah Payne, 91-yard kickoff return to make it 13-10, which really sparked this thing for the Tigers. And then since, you also had that touchdown to make it a lead for Doane. Most recently, that bomb.
From Kerwin, my goodness.
Yeah, Kerwin connecting with Gutierrez.
I mean, I didn't know, and I don't think a lot of fans here knew that young man had such a cannon of an arm.
Again, Kerwin, the third-string quarterback in terms of when he's played here today, took over in the second quarter, and things have changed offensively for Doane. They're looking for a big third-down stop. Pass is complete, but it's going to be short of the first down. Nedved was unable to get around the defender.
Oh, and they went right at Jackson Seward there. He actually lost his feet, went down, but got up right away and was able to help make this tackle. Didn't allow for any additional yardage. Look, he's down on feet, gets up. That's a really nice play. And then wrapping up, not allowing the receiver to continue up the field. I mean, you know, that's not easy.
No, I
thought
thought
those open field stops.
When he went down to the ground, I thought there's no way he's going to be able to make the play. I stand corrected. 4th down, offense is on the field for Dakota Wesleyan. They're going to go for it. Lee on the out route. It's going to be, I believe, short. Weissman on the coverage. We'll see where they mark it.
Just to the naked eye, it looks a good half a yard short. We get the motion from the officials. It is. What terrific, phenomenal coverage there. Once again, Cade Wiseman covering a lot of territory on the top of your screen.
We have been calling his name a lot this afternoon. And that was a huge play to keep the receiver short. Doane takes over. Ball on the 27.
Once again, making his presence known on the defensive side of the ball in coverage.
You saw Chris Bessler there. You know he's smiling on the inside. After that one, now look out, Adam Wasserman. Blockers downfield. Payne was paving the way, and Wasserman's pushed out at the 27. A huge pickup. The Tigers are rolling.
I told you, Brandon, momentum's a thing, and Wasserman, sneaky, deceptive speed, tall, lanky dude, those long strides, but man, he covers a lot of ground, and he's kind of looking around like, hey, where's the guy to run into? Where's the guy to try and run into? No one was there for the big gain, though. Nice hole up front, delivered by that offensive line.
46-yard run for Wasserman, who remains in the backfield. He'll get the carry right up the middle. Lowers the shoulder, picks up 2.
Yeah, that was an impressive 2-yard run there. That should have been a tackle for loss. Somehow gets out of it and falls forward. Big, powerful runner is Adam Wasserman.
Now the Tigers are in the driver's seat, up by 3. Third consecutive carry for Wasserman. They give him one more.
Well, we saw that in the previous drive where they just kept riding the hot hand of Adam Wasserman, then go to a little bit of a play action look. That gets a couple of guys falling inside, biting on that, but it opens it up one-on-one coverage down the field. Would not be surprised if we see something similar here as we're going empty set.
And there's the completion to Else Wasserman.
And he
this
got
is his
it.
drive. Yep, first down.
First contact there. He was not beyond the marker. He wasn't beyond the sticks, but look at him battle through here. And once again, fall forward to pick up that first down. And you're exactly right, Brandon. This is the Adam Wasserman drive.
3 carries and a reception, all to Wasserman. It started with that 46-yarder.
Doesn't it just feel like he's wearing this defense down?
It certainly does, and wouldn't be surprised if they go to him again, and they do. Carry number 4 for Wasserman here on the drive.
You could be an offensive coordinator over there.
Every once in a while I can get it right.
But this is kind of a statement drive. I mean, everybody in the stadium kind of has picked up on what the Tigers are doing here on offense, and that's utilizing number 8 there in the middle of your screen, Adam Wasserman, as he's going to get a breather here. Well-deserved little break to the sideline. But even though everyone knows that number 8's getting the ball, they're still feeding it to him, and he's still moving the ball forward.
So now Dante Wiggins in the backfield. High snap. Play action pass is batted down. Good play defensively. Here's another look.
Yeah, that was that outside linebacker. Good on him, getting his hands up there. Stevenson, had he not batted that down, it looked like the slant route was coming open down around the goal line.
Third down for the Doane Tigers. 5 wide. Kerwin steps into it, a hard hit. Pass is caught, and that's Dante Wiggins the third. Where's the mark? That was right on the money, but they're short, and the field goal unit is coming onto the field.
I like this call here. Get up by 6 if you can.
It's going to be a 25-yard attempt for Meyer. This to make it a 2-possession game. Well, if 2 field goal game, I should say.
Oh, no.
And it's pulled. So it's going to remain a 3-point contest, 16-13. Doane unable to come away with any points on that one.
But we saw a lot of good things from that offensive unit, driving the field. Saw some hard nose running, and boy, that just kind of knuckled out around the upright. It's never easy kicking into the wind, even if it's a 22, 23-yarder, as you just saw right there.
So Dakota Wesleyan takes over on their 20. Six and a half to play here. Homecoming for Doane. That pass well out of reach of Nelson.
No surprise they're trying to find Nelson, though. Go back to the well one more time. Not surprised. Doane had some extra help over there coverage-wise. Safety over top, cornerback underneath.
Randolfo with the carry. Tackled there by Hagan.
Hagan, good job covering some ground there. Catching back up to the play, making the stop. Here's one of those money downs, third and medium, 3rd and 4.
Clock continuing to tick. Big 3rd down for Dakota Wesleyan as they try to keep this drive going. Pressure right up the middle. And Lee goes down. Seth Hagan with a sack.
It was a stacked look there. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers behind him. Hagan just shot the gap right after the snap. Look at him just come free there in the middle of your screen, 44. It's like a parting of the Red Sea right there. Open lane to the quarterback, a linebacker's dream, and he connects.
And no option but to punt it if you're Dakota Wesleyan. It looks like there were some personnel issues on the punt return unit for Doane, so the Tigers take a timeout here.
Good timeout there. You don't want to get called for a penalty here, because you're at a 4th and 4 or 4th and 14, excuse me, after that, but you still don't want to give up any yardage. You want to give your offense as short of the field to work with as possible. One thing of note, this is a high sky, Brandon, virtually 0 cloud cover, and I was looking at the return man, Cade Wiseman. He had his hand over, his face mask there, kind of acting as like a ball cap would. So it's going to be a tough catch for him here because the ball is going to be in the sun here in this high sky.
And Dakota Wesleyan does have the wind at its back, which will aid in that punt. Wiseman, as you pointed out, the lone person back to return.
And he's about 5-6 yards deeper than he was, remembering how that wind affected that other one in the first quarter.
And it's off the side of the foot of the punter. We'll see where they mark it, but it'll be somewhere near midfield.
At the 49-yard line.
Well, if you're Doane, you're thinking 5 minutes here. Clearly want to try to add to your score total, but you're also keeping your eye on the clock and seeing how much you can chew up.
Yes. Go ahead and, take a 3-4 minute drive here. Stick one in the end zone, put this one away. Play some complimentary football, right? The defense and special teams have helped you out throughout this afternoon, staying in this one. Now it's time for the O Show to kind of help out the defense after giving them nice field position.
And Wasserman, he's back in, gets the first carry of the drive.
He's just that prototypical fourth quarter back, isn't he?
6'1", 220, running downhill at you.
You know where that term running downhill comes from? The old Barry Switzer Sooners, their field had such a plane on it from the middle of the field down. It was said that wishbone's running downhill at you when it went from sideline to sideline. Kind of like their season since playing the Huskers, right? They're 0-3 now. Season's kind of going downhill like that running game used to be.
A great connection that you just did there. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, there's a little apparently Husker curse going around that once you beat Nebraska, you don't win many more games, at least this year. The only one to rattle one off since is Georgia Southern, rather. So.
But they lost the first couple afterwards, though.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, just take your medicine and let Nebraska win, and you save yourself a couple more losses down the road. Gee whiz, guys, come on.
Well, Rutgers knew what to do. Doane going to see if it's going to keep trying to run downhill or pass it here on 3rd down. Pressure coming up the middle. And Kerwin throws it. Was that picked?
Did he stay in bounds? Did he stay in bounds?
And they say interception at Dakota Wesleyan. Here's another look.
Well, I like the decision to go for it here and go through the air, try and pick this one up at 3rd and 6. Yep. Looks like that shoulder got down. You're getting a good look at the ball, arm underneath there. I didn't see too much movement. Give the young man an interception. What a play.
Jacob Zamora out of Sylmar, California, coming up huge for his team. And now the Tigers of Dakota Wesleyan down by 3 with 3.5 to play. Start this drive on the 37. And pass is caught.
What a catch.
He was blanketed, and somehow Cole Holden came down with it.
How about the moxie of this quarterback? He had some open routes underneath. The safety valves were there, but he decided to throw it into coverage here and put it on a dime.
Drama here in Crete. The Tigers of Doane trying to hold on, up by 3. Dakota Wesleyan driving. Aaron with the handoff. There's a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, and there's plenty of time on the clock right now if you're Dakota Wesleyan, so go ahead and lean on the strengths of your offense, and that's more than anyone, Aaron. You also got Nelson, who's having a big game from the receiver spot. He usually lines up to the bottom of your screen. But I don't think you're ever going to see Dakota Wesleyan getting too far away from number 2, Jermaine Aaron, their feature back. Just seems like when he's touching the ball, good things are happening for your offense.
This time they fake the handoff to Aaron. Pressure flushes Lee out. And picks up enough for the first down. Again.
Boy, Lee showed you some speed there, didn't he?
Hagen has been chasing him all game. I feel like Coach Bessler is literally sending Hagen on every play.
Hagen has his hands on his hips right now, hands on his knees. Because, yeah, you just had the quarterback Lee kind of run away from him on that last one.
2 minutes to play. Aaron with the carry. 3 or 4 hard yards there. Reminder that coverage of Doane football on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Also, coverage is presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
Okay, we're under 90 seconds left in the game here. Dakota Wesleyan still has 2 timeouts. They're going to have to start looking at those.
Open receiver, and it's caught. Catch made by Nedved.
Wow. What a play. Skinny post at the top of your screen coming back to the middle of the field. And once again, how about the accuracy here? This young quarterback threading the needle once again.
The ball now inside the 10. On the 7. First and goal to go for Dakota Wesleyan. To the corner of the end zone, it's overshot.
Incomplete. Intended for Phil Nelson.
Excellent coverage on the edge there. You also had a good bump, knocking receivers off their route early on the inside. That really limited the decisions there for the young quarterback where he could go with the ball. Lee knew he had to try and hit that flag route to the corner of the post, corner of the end zone.
Second and goal. Aaron takes a smack. Now we have a timeout, Dakota Wesleyan.
Good timeout, but we've seen that from Dakota Wesleyan when they get their quarterback kind of mixed up in the running game. This Doane defense really puts a lick on them, punishes the quarterbacks when they want to turn into ball carriers.
What a game, what an ending that we have here. Chaos and Crete, we'll call it. But, you know, if you're Doane, it's hard not to look back and say, man, we had a field goal we missed. We had a PAT that we missed.
Had another field goal we missed.
Another field goal. That one was a 50-yarder. But, yeah, now is, you did a great job of putting up 16 since half, but Dakota Wesleyan, you feel like, I mean, they're thinking they have at least a field goal in the bag. It's just a matter they're trying to see if they can get it in the end zone here.
Well, and that's going to be key with them, everyone being on the same page coming out of this timeout, because they don't want to burn a timeout to set up a field goal. Let's say they do get that first down and they want to try and punch one in. Everyone's got to be on the same page, know exactly what they want to do here, because they would like to end it, not send this to overtime. They want to get it done right here, right now, and you got a timeout in your back pocket to work with.
Third down, goal to go from the 6. Fans here at Alpapic getting on their feet. And there's movement. Who's it on?
Both offensive and defensive line pointing at each other here.
So you hear it there.
Oh, boy.
Half the distance to the goal. They say it was on Adams, who made contact with an offensive lineman.
And good on Lee, utilizing the hard count, getting those big defensive linemen to jump into the neutral zone.
That puts it on the 3.
Five wide.
Slant route, incomplete. And a flag comes in late.
And it's going to be pass interference. Home crowd can't believe it.
And it is against Dante Wiggins III. Automatic first down for Dakota Wesleyan.
Two back-to-back penalties, going to get the ball right close to the goal line now. Half the distance, followed up by another half of the distance. So 1st and 10, 1st and goal, and you have the timeout to work with.
Ball on the 2. Dakota Wesleyan with 1 timeout remaining. You're doing the Wildcat with Aaron. And the ball's on the ground. Aaron running backwards. It's out. Ball is out. The Tigers say they have it. The Tigers say they have it, and they do.
Oh, there's the call from Koss, the head referee. It's Doane Tiger football. Wow, what am I watching here?
Homecoming. Happiness for the Doane Tigers. Here's the play. Aaron tried to pick it up. It's knocked out again, and Doane hops on it before it rolls out.
Talk about deja vu, right, Brandon? I mean, we saw this earlier in the game. Luckily, Dakota Wesleyan got a timeout in before the wayward snap, or the snap that running back Aaron wasn't ready for. Almost the same thing, and then he fumbled it trying to recover it afterwards. And now we're seeing victory formation in the most unlikely scenario for Doane University. I can't believe it.
Dakota Wesleyan using its final timeout. What a change of events. I mean, Andy, you're a numbers and a percentage guy, and the percentage that Dakota Wesleyan wasn't at least going to tie it up after that penalty to make it 1st and goal to go from the 2.
Had to have been in the 80s,
Unbelievable.
right? I mean, you can follow along like on ESPN.com and others where they got that game predictor and the game live stats. I mean, they had 1st and goal. It would have been on the 1.5-yard line after the back-to-back penalties. And then they went Wildcat. I don't mind the Wildcat, but you weren't on the same page. Going to look another look at it here, but we saw that earlier in this game where the Wildcat got fumbled. Just like you drew it up.
And here is what we imagine will be the final snap of this one. The clock will wind down, and Doane will come out of here victorious. Backs against the ropes. Homecoming. They come out victors, scoring 16 in the second half, and go on for the 16-13 victory over Dakota Wesleyan.
You know, impressive performance. They just hung in there, hung tough. Obviously, got to tip your cap to the defense, as you almost always do for Doane University. That strong defensive effort, another goal line stand with their backs against the wall. But how about the special teams? And there's a lot to be said for that. Not only the big punt returns through Cade Wiseman, but the punt coverage, creating a turnover that way. I know he had a couple missed field goals, but for the most part, Kellen Meyer was able to flip the field through his punting, so he had a positive impact as well. Doane University getting it done a couple of different ways here this afternoon. Now for this happy homecoming festival.
Stay with us. Our post-game show is coming up. We'll have our top plays. We'll hear from our Tiger top performer and head coach Chris Bessler when we return.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Exciting news from Eye Care Associates of Columbus. We are now working together with clinics in Norfolk and Grand Island to form Unity Eye Centers. Yes, it's a new name, but what does it mean for you? Joining together allows us to deliver and share state-of-the-art technology and provide a higher level of care for every patient. Best of all, it's still the same owners and you'll see the same welcoming faces. At Unity Eye Centers, we want to continue to be your eye doctor of choice. Come see the difference that quality eye care can deliver.
As the world keeps changing, so is the way to purchase a new car. Across the nation, there are lengthy delays with new vehicle requests and many being built to order. At Zollner Ford Beatrice, we're making it easy. With our new Save a Spot program, you can be one of the first in line. We've got a seamless pre-order process that guarantees your reservation is secure and in the queue. And our sales professionals will keep you updated every step of the way on the status of your vehicle. Come reserve yours today. Zollner Ford Beatrice.
The new 98.9 The Vibe is the soundtrack of your generation. With a music vault jam-packed with endless stacks of the Tri-City's greatest hits. Classic songs. Greatest hits. The soundtrack of your generation. 98.9
Claybaugh Pharmacy provides you with all the pharmacy options a person would need. As a full-service pharmacy, we give you all the traditional options, but also have the modern technology to maintain your profiles. Maybe you're busy. Head to claybaughpharmacy.com. Click on Online Refills to get your prescriptions filled from the convenience of your home. Claybaugh Pharmacy and Gift Shop, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Is it time for something different? Then come out to Crete Ace Hardware, where you can view our selection of Magnum e-bikes with several different models to choose from. Your ride will be a breeze. Or maybe an IMAX scooter is more your style. And you can spice up your cookout with our large inventory of grills and smokers. From classic brands like Traeger and Weber to harder to find brands like Green Egg. Let our outstanding customer service find the right fit for you. Try something different at Crete Ace Hardware, located at 1025 Main Avenue, Crete, Nebraska.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
You're watching Doane Tigers football on News Channel Nebraska. The postgame show is brought to you by Ken's Use Safe Pharmacy in Crete. The pregame show is sponsored by Columbus Motor Company. The halftime report on NCN is sponsored by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health matters.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
From small businesses to families, farmers, and more, we're here to serve our fellow friends and neighbors.
Your community is our community. Your goals are our goals.
We've increased our footprint and expanded our service and dedication to you, our valued customers.
Things may look a little different now, but our values and commitment remain the same.
Without you, we wouldn't be here 3 decades later.
Welcome back into our post-game show on News Channel Nebraska. Peyton Thomas down here on the sideline with winning head coach Chris Bessler. Coach, a gritty 16-13 win for your guys, a comeback in the second half. Your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. It was a gritty performance. Very proud of the kids.
It was special teams that sparked that comeback in the second half. What kind of jolt did that kick return touchdown give you?
Yeah, I mean, that was huge. We needed a big play, and we got it. Put us ahead, and it was a huge play.
What did you make of Cade Wiseman's performance on the defensive side of the ball today, ball hawking and forcing the opportune turnover?
Yeah, exactly what I expect from him. I've been seeing it all year long, saw it last year as well. Cade's a good player, very gritty, and he makes big plays.
And before we bring in our Tiger top performer, what'd you make of Jeremiah Payne's performance and that kick return, electrifying play from him this afternoon?
Yeah, and I would say the same thing about JP. JP, he works awfully hard. He plays awfully hard. He plays with a lot of passion, and he hit one today. He hit it hard and made plays on his own.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank
well,
you.
let's bring in our Tiger top performer, Jeremiah Payne. Jeremiah, walk me through that return. What'd you see and how'd you hit the gap?
So obviously my teammates made good blocks for me, and I seen the alley and I just hit it as fast as I could and made a couple guys miss and touchdown.
Tell me what was running through your head on that goal line stand. Your guys were up against their backs with just seconds remaining on the clock and they got it done.
Honestly, I didn't sweat anything. I mean, I trust my defense 100%, and our backs were against the wall, but I trust my defense 100%, and they went out and did what they were supposed to do.
Tell me about the mentality of this team, what it takes to go into halftime with no points on the board and come out victorious here at home.
Well, at halftime, I told the guys, we need to stay hungry. No need to hang our heads down. These are the moments that we live for. A little adversity, a little pressure, but it'll be okay, and we lived up to it.
Jeremiah, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, back up to the guys now after Doane takes the gritty victory here at home, 16-13 over Dakota Wesleyan.
Thank you very much, Peyton, and never a doubt. Jeremiah Payne knew everything was fine. You gotta love that when you have that type of trust in your teammates. But you heard him saying gritty, Coach Bessler saying gritty.
Right.
That would be how I would define this victory as well. But Doane found a way to get it done on homecoming.
You're exactly right. And when your offense wasn't necessarily clicking the whole time or got into a good rhythm there, you need some other phases to come through for you. And today it was the special teams, kind of highlighted by that kickoff return there from JP. That really sparked the comeback. And hey, you hear me say it all the time. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. The Doane Tigers outscoring the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers 16-3 in the second half. That's some really good halftime adjustments being made by that Doane University coaching staff.
And that Tiger Top Performer interview is brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Well, let's take a look now at our top plays of the game that are brought to you by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag equipment, and more. Visit GoCurrency.com. Homecoming for the Doane Tigers as they hosted Dakota Wesleyan on a beautiful fall Saturday afternoon in Crete, Nebraska. It would be Dakota Wesleyan, the winless Dakota Wesleyan Tigers that got on the board first. Jamin Aaron, an 11-yard touchdown run, punches that one in at the end of the first quarter, makes it 7-0. Now at halftime, it would be 10-0 Dakota Wesleyan. First touchdown of the game for the Tigers, coming courtesy of Jeremiah Payne, 91 yards to the house. That made it 13-10. So Doane cuts it to 3 in the third quarter. That spark ignited by Jeremiah Payne for the Tigers. So it's still a 3-point lead for Dakota Wesleyan. Pass complete. Weissman with the strip. Ball is on the floor, and Dakota Wesleyan coughs it up. The Tigers recover. And this Doane defense, they would bend, but they wouldn't break oftentimes. Now, how about this freshman quarterback coming in? Third quarterback of the game, Cruz Kerwin. He started the second half, and he connects with fellow freshman Joaquin Gutierrez on a 52-yarder. That would make it 16-13 after a missed PAT. Doane with its first lead of the game. Then you have Adam Wasserman, just the pure athlete. He takes this one 46 yards on the drive in the fourth quarter. Wasserman, former quarterback, tight end, running back, he can do it all. It would result on that drive a missed field goal by Doane, and so the Tigers still up just by 3 at this point. And then you have the interception by Dakota Wesleyan with 3.5 roughly to play. So the Tigers of Dakota Wesleyan, they're now in the driver's seat, down 3. They get it all the way down to goal to go from the 2-yard line. The ball pops out, it's coughed up, and Doane, against all odds, looking like they were going to concede at least a field goal to go into overtime, get the fumble, get the win, go into victory formation, And your final score is 16-13. And with that, Doane improves to 3-2 on this season. Dakota Wesleyan remains winless. And what a game we had, Andy. What a treat. A fun way to end it. And everyone here at Al Papik who is cheering on the Tigers, they get to go home happy. And it's, as we mentioned, a happy homecoming for all the Doane Tigers here.
Couldn't agree more with head coach Chris Bessler. Gritty performance. Offense wasn't always, on point there, the prettiest game, but special teams and the defense came up huge for Doane University at this homecoming. And the festivities, the parties afterwards are going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit happier now that they secured the victory at home, putting themselves a game above 500 now.
Looking at some of the stats, Adam Wasserman led the way rushing for Doane, 73 yards on 12 carries. It was Jamin Arend for Dakota Wesleyan, 136 yards on 29 carries. A great performance by him in the defeat. And you had Cruz Kerwin. That'll be interesting to follow. The freshman got plugged in after halftime. He went 5 for 11, did throw a pick, but he did go for 92 yards and a touchdown, including that big 52-yarder, which was, the second spark following Jeremiah Payne's kickoff return that was the ultimate winner.
Yeah, that's his only bugaboo is that late interception. He's just got to clean that up. But what a beautiful deep ball that he has, and he supplied a little bit of the spark that the offense needed in that second half. And how about a tip of the cap real quick to Connor Drake, the quarterback who started the game for Dakota Wesleyan. He was 8 of 11 for 112 yards before he got injured down around the goal line trying to punch one through. He had to exit the game. This game might have had a much different look or feel to it had he been able to stay in there. Austin Lee stepped in, did a nice job going 10 for 18, 134 yards. But Drake kind of had it going there in the first half. That was a big loss for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers when he had to leave the game.
As it stands, Doane is now back above 500 with the victory, and they have a local rival next week when they travel to Hastings College, 1 o'clock kick. They'll be back 2 weeks from today for hosting Northwestern College. We'll be back here for that home game on October 22nd when they host Northwestern. That will do it, though, here for today. Wrapping up our coverage here at Al Papik Field, 16-13 your final. Special thanks, as always, to our terrific camera crew and producer-director Tyler Lechner in the truck. For Peyton Thomas, for Andy Klassen, I am Brandon Axmit. We'll see you next time on News Channel Nebraska.